Hello everyone, happy Wednesday and welcome back to another episode of Laurence Stream's Space Exploration. So, let's see, I'm trying to remember what I was doing last time I played this. I think, oh yes, I'd built up this whole science production area over here, that was it. And so we've got various things being churned through, the science packs rolling off down these belts like this. And so we've got the Astro Science 1 and 2 here, then we've got Energy Science 1 and 2 up here, again, spitting them out down the belts, the Duff memory cards going out as well, and they're all being fed off into the science. Now, one of the things I noticed was I was getting a lot of warnings that there weren't enough catalogues coming in here. Well, as you can see, the station's completely empty. This one, we're short of number 2, the catalogue 2's down here. So I think the first thing I want to do is have a look at those and find out why they're not being made as much as they should be. Now this one's completely stopped. So looking up here, yes, we're short of, we've run out of memory cards. So that's going to be something I'm going to need to boost up. Now one of the concerns with the memory cards is that I didn't plan this, is that I didn't plan it very well, basically. So when I expanded out the rocket landing site here, I didn't really leave enough room for everything else. So yes, I could easily put in another couple of these machines, bop, bop, like that, to produce some more memory cards and produce a bit faster. But looking at these are churning through the these are running at, well, these four are running flat out. This one's running mostly, and this one's running sometimes. And this one's, oh no, okay, I thought it was complaining about running out of stuff. But yeah, so we seem to be using about 4.5 of these machines for each one of these. So I'd need to perhaps come in with some speed modules and try and double the throughput of this one before I'd have enough to chuck another one of these machines in. Now the other question is, how many of these have I actually got in here? There's only 1,700 in here, so there's definitely a massive shortage of these memory cards. I need to drastically improve the supply of these. And to be honest, the best way to do that might be to move this from here up to here. And that's going to be a little bit annoying, but probably not too bad. I could probably do virtually all of it with just a sort of a copy paste, or at least a blueprint and paste. So yeah, I think that might be the best idea, because at the moment this doesn't have room for expansion and it really needs it. I also suspect I'm going to need room to expand these at some point, and maybe this one as well. So I think having this laid out a bit differently and a bit further up out of the way would be a much better idea. So that can be my first task. Second task, so that's probably why this one's having problems. Up here, these aren't being produced quickly enough either. So this is stopped, and this is stopped, not quite stopped completely. These two are running. These ones, actually two of them are running, so we're not doing too badly up here. But there's a bit of a shortage of this one on the, this one on the top of this belt, which must be being outputted by these. Yes, here we go. So there's a shortage of these, which is due to a shortage of this one, I think. Yes, because there's a problem here, same problem here. So those are coming from here. So probably I just need to put in another one or two of these machines here, out here. So let's do that first, because that's going to be really easy. Then we can start thinking about the main point of this episode, as you've probably guessed from the splash screen, is to start working on the material science and try and get that up and running. So where was it? It was just up here. Yeah, here we go. Because the material science is going to be is the next thing on my list, put it that way. Ooh, fell off. So let's put in another one of these. Put it in here. Yeah, that way I can stick with the same piping layout. Put that there and oh, all right, put that there. Can it reach to, well, it can reach to the, oh. This is going to be slightly tricky to fit in. Oh no, it's not. Yes, it is. Right. Okay, let's put the inserter there, and that can reach that easily. We can bring this pipe along there like that, and then that can dip underneath again for the next one. Then this pipe can go underneath, pop up there, which is slightly too far. Okay, let's put that there instead then. Maybe not even have that. Put that there. What? How can they be? Is this being stupid again? I've got obviously got something linked in here where that I shouldn't. Oh. Once again, this is going to be an episode of Laurence rummages around in his fluid systems, trying to work out where he's accidentally joined them. And it's something fairly major because if you notice, there's 10,000 of this, so it's not like I've just it's not like a little bit has flowed from one pipe to another. There's a proper link between the two systems somewhere. Let's have a quick look to see if there's anything really obvious first. No, okay. So it's this. Is it this one? Yes, this system. So I cut it there. Right, so it's definitely north. Now I can't link it back up again. I must remember to come all the way back down and check these out thoroughly. Let's cut it there as well. Find out. Okay, so it's the north side of this. That means I can put that pipe back in down here, wherever that was. There. So somewhere to the north of that is the link between them. Here's another good place to cut it. It's to the north again. I say to the north. It could be down here. No, that all looks okay. That looks all right. That looks okay. Oh, we do have the super chilled coming down here, but again, it doesn't. I can't see anywhere along there where it's linked. Oh yeah, you're right. But oh yes, you're quite right, Tristan. It'll be these machines being too close together. Oh, it's a pain. Hey all. So I was too busy concentrating on what I was trying to do to notice that chat's talking. Sorry about that. Hey Peter. Yeah, best of luck with the well, all of your infrastructure. Maybe I don't know. I'm sure there's some sort of Factorio related joke I could make about it and say try doing such and such, but I'm not sure what that would be off the top of my head. So let's copy that. Pull up all of this. Yeah, I tend to I do try to do a live stream every what day is it today? Every Wednesday evening. But I have to admit I forgot until it was a bit too close to put the to schedule it with YouTube. So that was yeah, that was my bad. It's in theory I will schedule them days, weeks, a significant amount of time in advance. But yeah, this time I completely forgot. I've scheduled next Wednesdays. The weekend is a bit more up in the air, and we'll see when I can fit a stream in at the weekend, because it depends a lot more on how busy I am. Yep, that's fixed it. Good shout, Tristan. So I do want to try and fit in a stream at some point over the weekend, just because it's an opportunity to play a bit of Factorio and have people pointing out when I'm being dumb. Oh yeah, rotating would have worked. I was still thinking about the ones where they have 3 different fluids for. Yeah, pylon substations might be handy. I've made some. Why is there a train stopped up there? Oh, that was the one I was using earlier for reasons. Go home. I thought they were when I was putting. Yeah, these seem to be okay. That must just be at the upper limit of how far the pipes will go. Yeah, that's true. Pylon substations would be quite useful, and I think I do now have all of the science being made in order to produce them. I just don't have the science stations down yet. Yeah, so there we go. It's Astro 1 and Energy 2, and that was sort of the point of why I was doing that. So I'd need to make the holmium these things you can read as well as I can, and then I can get onto the pylon substations. I did. I was wondering whether to keep the sushi system a bit of a surprise for later, but since you've asked about it, okay, let's go over and have a look at that. And I've got it kind of working. I haven't actually hooked anything up to it yet. On the output side at least, down here. Yeah, that lovely mess you can see on the radar is my sushi system. So this is now basically the design I was going for, and is working quite nicely. So if we take a look at, say, the purple. I'm stuck on the belts. There we go. Mostly finished. There's a few underground belts that I've forgotten, like that one. So down here, if we take a look at this purple one here, as you can see, we've got a suitable feed coming in on this belt. And then this inserter here is only triggers when there's less than 30 in the box. So the box is now at 90 at the moment because I just dumped a load of science packs into the whole thing to make sure it would be okay. And then we've got another exerter dumping them out onto this belt here. Now the upper sides of all of these belts are running a bit quicker than ideal mostly because there just aren't enough science packs there aren't enough of the things in general. So there's not enough even numbered space sciences coming through to fill the belt up properly. But then this is all getting condensed down onto a single belt like this, as you can see, and we've got this delicious looking belt flowing around here with many different sciences on it. So that's quite nice. And then over here at the top side, we've got this endless string of splitters that sort it all out. So some of the things I can't actually tell the splitter what I want it to filter yet because I haven't invented that type of science. So this is quite seriously future-proofed because that seemed, well, while I was doing it, I thought I might as well. So these four are with the broken cards are for space science, deep space science. These ones with the data cards in them are for bio, material, energy, and so on all the way down. And then eventually we get down to filtering out what I keep trying hard not to call terrestrial sciences because they're clearly Norvian sciences. And then we've got all of these belts, pouring them back down into the back into the chests they came out of. Now the reason I've put the chests in there is in order to get the in order to make sure that we don't get basically to make sure it doesn't back up, because I've tried to do this sort of setup before and just had them feed round and then used a splitter with a priority input set on it to try and take them from the correct belt and put them out, and so you take the ones that flowed all the way around before you take the ones that flow back in. But if you have an overabundance of one type of science and insufficient of the other, you can get to the point where the belt actually fills up all the way around with one type of science, usually grey in vanilla, because you use so much less grey than everything else. And then it all just clogs up and the whole thing binds, and you have to go in and pick up a load of science manually, and then you just take your life because it's a pain and you can't leave it. Whereas one of these chests has enough space in it for where's one that's actually got loads in it? Yeah, here we go. This one, even though there's a load of spare rocket science in here because I pulled it up out of the old base, it won't put any more in until this drops all the way down to 30, and it means I've got 9,600. No, yes, 9,600 space for 9,600 of these science packs in there before this will overfill, and that should never happen. Really should never happen. So with that, yeah, hopefully I can just keep it flowing around, and then I just bring the labs in and slap them in along the edge of the sushi belt like that. Put an inserter or two in to load them up, and boosh, science. So yeah, okay. Since I've got all this set up now, let's do that. So I need a bit more, or alternatively, I'll just completely run out of scaffold immediately. There's a better way to do this actually. I've got a blueprint for that. So it's probably in my overflow chest over here because I overflowed quite significantly. Okay, let's take out all of the spare along the top of here. I said let's take out all the spare along the top of here. There we go. Actually, not this bit. Let's leave that. I don't know why I'm leaving the bit on the inside of this belt here, but it seems like a good idea at the moment. This belt will, of course, have to be extended a long way up, across, and then back down again in order to get more science labs in. But it has also occurred to me that if I get to the point where there isn't enough throughput on a single belt of the science, then I can run another one off the other side of this splitter here, and I can double the amount of the amount that's going to come through. And if I get really desperate, I can run a belt off here and off here, and then join them up with another splitter and have another two belts feeding off. But at that point I might run out of throughput and I might have to start replacing these inserters with stack inserters. Yes, exactly. The chests are both priority and buffer, so you don't have the risk of your priority of your well, you've got enough of a buffer that you don't ever need to worry about running out of it essentially. And yeah, there's always room for the stuff coming down here to be taken back out, and then we can just have as much buffer as we want on these belts down here. So yeah, in theory should work. In practice, well, we'll see. But the theory is theory's pretty sound, and I have made this work in vanilla as well, so I'm reasonably confident. Actually, let's put these at the bottom of the labs. I don't know why. It just seems like a more logical way to do it. Yeah, that's my thought. Yes, I'm definitely going to be beaconing them all up. I've got the productivity module 4s that I pulled out of. Wow, it's a lot of modules. That I pulled out of the previous science labs when I ripped them up. In fact, they're the same science labs. I'm just putting them. I've just moved them. And there we go. As you can see, they're all just filling up quite happily. Let's start a research. So let's do that solenoid I couldn't say earlier. And hopefully they'll be all. Yes, there we go. One's kicked in. 2, 3. And they'll just pick and choose all the science packs they need as it goes round and round. Now, I guess the next thing to do is to extend this off further upward so I can get a few more science packs in. Like that. I could put them all the way around, actually. But then that makes it a bit harder to extend it. Oh, I've run out again. Yeah, when I was building this up, I did just slap down an enormous flat area, big square area of scaffolding, so there was lots of space to play with, and I didn't have to worry about running out partway through. So I overdid it a little bit. Come on, bots, be faster. Oh, I think I'm pulled up some I didn't mean to. Never mind. I've also put in a chest in up here that's available for me to just dump any random science that ends up in my pockets from working on this into, and then it'll get unloaded, go into the other side of this. It does cause this belt to back up a bit, but who cares? It will then just mean the science will then run through all the sortamajiggers and get put back into the boxes where it belongs. So that works. Yeah, that works well as well. That's how I got rid of all of the random extra junk I had in my inventory. I'm going to need a bit more space up here for these, like that. I'm not going to build around the top for now, actually, I think, because I reckon I'd rather leave the extra space in so I can extend this further whenever I feel like it. In fact, let's double that again. Let's put all of them down. Why not? A little bit more. There we go, and fill them up with modules. Exactly the right number, conveniently. I mean, you'd hope, because it's the ones I just pulled out of the. Oh yeah, whoever it was who said when you do that, you actually lose the thing that you've mined from that was on the scaffolding was quite right. You do actually lose that. So I just lost a load of belts. That's interesting. I sort of assumed that, with the nothing ever gets destroyed attitude of Factorio, it'd be safe that if you ripped up the scaffolding like that, you wouldn't lose what was on top of it. I guess I'd be a bit more careful. Why they? No. What? What's this? Where did that come from? Don't do that. Alright, let's use the bots to do this, since apparently I can't be trusted to pick it up myself. Yeah, I think basically every tech you do takes they all seem to be 60-second ones these days. So it takes a long time, and yeah, so there should be more than enough throughput on this belt. And actually, that said, it's 60 seconds, but this runs at speed of 5.8, even with the minus 42% on it. So yeah, that still goes fairly quickly, but hopefully they'll be able to keep up. I guess we'll find out. Right, let's finish this off. There we go, and then I'll just rotate this one and put another. When this flows past, I can then put another one in there, and there we go. Bob's your auntie's best friend. Oh wait, I haven't put the pylons and inserters in yet. Yeah, I'm glad I did the sushi belt design for this because it does feel like quite a sensible way of getting so many different science packs into these machines. Because there's potentially, I think I counted up and I reckon it was 27 different ones that you can possibly get being the by the end of the game. And there are various researchers, like the one that I'm about to do, this one, that take different tiers of science anyway. So you kind of always want to have all of them available all the time. So I think this is going to be the way to do it. Um, right, and now that's flowing pretty happily. So I think what I'm going to do now is fly off away, have a get on with some other stuff, and then try and remember to come back and have a look at it and see how it's going. Um, Right, so yeah, that makes sense with the engine limitation. I'm aware that space exploration does sort of stretch the capabilities of the engine a little bit, should we say? So it's pushing it a little bit beyond what it was originally intended to do, like the whole sort of multiple surfaces thing. I mean, I know it's a thing that lots of mods have used, but I'm not sure any of them have used it to quite the extent this one has. Morning, Gord. No, evening, whatever. Well, it's evening for me. Morning for you, I guess. um, fuel. Yeah, I suppose that's true. I did notice when I was doing some of the really easy researches that the bars wouldn't even fill up before a research made it all the way through. But there's let's have a look how much productivity bonus I've got on those labs now. Um, yeah, 65% productivity. So to be honest, if it runs twice, then you're going to get a bit of a bonus. Yeah, I have to admit I'm quite surprised how quickly the science is going as well. Why are you not running? Okay. Um, that's interesting. That seems to show we've possibly hit the upper limit of this one. It's going again now because I noticed this top one wasn't running. Um, yes, the productivity bar does indeed reset between researches. So when this finishes, anything that's in these pink bars will be lost. So yeah, so there we go. We've run out of, I don't know which one. Oh, it must be, yeah, energy 2. Well, that's not too surprising because I'm not making them at the moment because or at least I'm not certainly not bringing them into the to the science lab area because I ran out of, well, this. Okay, so next step is, well, to stop me running out of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this, then I'm going to flip it round and put it up here, and then I'm going to space this bit out a little bit more because this is clearly wrong. We need a bit more space here so I can run all of these out in parallel because I'm fairly sure I'm going to need more of these computers sooner or later. So, right, we'll do this through a blueprint because that way I can just copy and paste all the tiling. We'll take about that much. And then we'll get rid of all this while I think of it. I think that's all of that. Get rid of this, although I'm still going to have to feed that in, so I'll leave the end of that belt in there. Get rid of that curve because that's probably, yeah, that's definitely for something else. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this straight across now. He says, talking slowly while he tries to think if he's forgotten anything. And then before it gets built, I'll put down the scaffolding, and then before it gets built, I'll try and get in there and remove some of the and move some of the bits around. So let's see, the computer and cooling stuff is going to be at the bottom, so I want to move this up a little bit so I've got room to do that. So let's put that there. Let's find out how much of that has actually gone down. Oh, it's all gone. Okay, nice. I was sort of expecting it not to. I'm pulling up the scaffold I put down. I'll remove that. There we go. Let's put that down again. Which one was it? This one. I hate doing this when I'm floating because that. There we go. Right. Of course, I don't have remotely enough enough scaffolding to do all of this. So, am I even? There we go. Let's turn the jetpack on, then I'll actually be able to fly properly. So let's put down some of this rail first, just to see if I've got enough. And I clearly haven't because I think I've run out already. So, restocking time. I don't know how much scaffolding I've got up here, actually. Although I suppose it's about time I started to pull up the scaffolding from the rest of the station now. How am I doing for... I haven't got scaffolding in my requests. I don't even know where scaffolding is. Oh, I have got it in the request, I just haven't got any. That's the problem. Right. Well, there is all of this that's available for reuse. So now the question is, if I just slap a remove everything over that, then I'll end up pulling out some of the roboports and it'll all fail. However, I do have this deconstruction planner that will just get me the scaffolding. So let's do that from here. But I could probably do this over the entire base. 8.3 thousand. Okay, that'll keep the bots busy for a while. And there's quite a lot of other stuff here that I don't need now, like the recycling these memory cards here. I am going to need to start building rocket science somewhere. I kind of forgot that one in my when I was thinking about what I need to do, but that's reasonably trivial. The only complicated thing on it is these orange radio things that need to go into it. So I think that should be all right. Presumably it takes vulcanite as well. That's why that's there. And oh yeah, and we need to do these significant data as well. Not significant data. I forget what this is called. Whatever these things are, machine learning data, I think. But that's not. None of this is difficult. I'll just set up a little spot somewhere to get that done. Now, okay. I think I need to switch over to. Oh. If I switch, so in yeah, that shows that the EU you can't place blueprint, you can't place deconstruction planners in areas you don't have radar coverage. And I've pulled up all the radars out here. Okay, let's make another deconstruction planner. Tiles, space platform scaffold, whitelist, good. And then use this. And because I'm doing this from that's not what I wanted. Tiles whitelisted. That's odd. Why is it? If I pull it over an area with tiles, then it gets the tiles. But if I pull it over an area with only? Ah, there we go. I think. Yes. There we go. Sorted. Yes, I got there just before you said. Thank you, though. Right. So that's going to get me 8,000 or so of these back. No, this bit was 8,000. The whole thing is. God, I can't even imagine how many that's going to be. At least that'll keep me supplied for a little while, even if I don't get a rocket up for a bit. So how am I doing now? I've got 600, 700. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Let's see. As you can see here, this is how I got all the science packs over there. The belts that were going up to all the science labs that were up in a column here, I just fed them over and dumped it all into a train that I brought over manually. There's still a lot in all of the chests here, and that's because I'm currently using sort of demands on these things. I think yes, there we go. To tell it to bring them up by rocket. So I do need to put in a station here that will deal with those the science packs more sensibly. I had a couple of ideas for this. One possibility is to have a dedicated train that will go back and forth, just doing those science packs. I'm never going to get away if I wait for these, which would work, but it would mean just one train that's being a bit silly. So, why have you got no path? Where are you trying to go? What? Oh, of course, yes. I pulled up the railway line up here. I need to get more rails so I can finish that bit off. Yeah, so I was considering putting in a train that just goes shuttles backwards and forwards with filters set on the location on its inventory things. Oh. But the downside of that is that it's just locks up a train for no good reason. Why have I got some? Oh. And also it it means you're not using LTN, so they don't go to the depot to get refueled and stuff like that. So it's not quite as good a system for it. However, the alternative is to try and work out individual loading in LTN. So as in have a train turn up going, I want such and such a thing. Oh, grief, run out already. Have a train turn up saying, I want such and such a resource, or science pack in this case, and then have the station configured to only load that particular type of resource into the train. Which is, didn't I pick up any? Oh no, stupid! I didn't. I realised my inventory was full. Emptied the inventory out and then didn't pick up the thing I needed. Derp. Right, but there should be a lot available down here now. So I need some of these as well. So the alternative, as I say, is to use LTM, but have when the train turns up, have the train say what it wants and tell the station, and have the station only load the correct thing in. I've not tried doing that. I believe it's supposed to be possible, but I don't really know. So if anyone's got any experience with using it LTN in that way, I'd appreciate it if you could tell me. Well, tell me firstly whether it's possible, and secondly how straightforward it is. But that, yeah, might work. So that's a thing a way of doing it that I'm considering. The map isn't updating out here because there's no radar coverage. Never mind. Okay, I'll give it a shot then if it's reasonably straightforward, because then I can use what I want to do eventually is have boxes like this arrayed along the edge of the landing pad, and then it's basically start unloading the landing pad with the specific items by inserter instead of by bot, because as I've been saying, I'm trying to get away from using the bots quite so excessively. So yeah, if I can get the okay, yeah, that'll do then. So if I can get the sorry, I derailed my train of thought again. So if I can get the science to be unloaded directly into chests by the from the landing pad using filter inserters, then that'll mean I'll have a bit more control over. I won't be using robots to unload everything, which means I should get away from the all the robots crashing all the time and blowing up and needing new robots, which will be nice. This is a really annoying noise. Let's stop doing that now. How much have I got? A bit over 1,000. That's still probably not going to be enough, but it's a start, I suppose. And I think if I try and put some of this down by hand, it'll just speed things up so much. That's going to extend further up anyway, so I'll make it a bit bigger. This one, I can't remember which of the things I'm putting. Oh, for goodness sake, which of the things I'm putting down goes where. So, oh, that one of those is. Ah, okay. So the first one is polishing, and the second one is the recycling. Okay. I should probably go off and do something else while I'm waiting for this, because I'm not getting these things through as fast as I want. Let's have a look down on Norvis, see how fast they're actually being made, because this is a possibly a limiting factor, which is this rocket. And it's this. Okay, why is this broken? There's no heat shielding. I thought I just upgraded that, so it should be happy. Obviously, I didn't do a very good job of it. Why are you sad? Oh. Okay. That's... Oh, okay. I've done a stupid. And in fact, That's weird. Where was it? Oh, I've done a doubly stupid. No, that shouldn't even be there. That should just be a belt going straight through. Like that. How did I manage to do that? I must have been when I was putting in this thing to carry the whatever these orange things are called. I've forgotten what they're called. Satellite telemetries up to the rocket. I must have messed up the putting the underground belts in and things. Oops. Oh well, that's that fixed, and now we can start making them again. But that means I'm probably going to have a bit of a shortage of them for a while I wait for it to catch up. And this rocket has almost nothing in it. Great. Okay, this is going to be a long, slow process. Waiting for that, just waiting for that rocket to fill back up again properly. Luckily, I've got all these the spare supply of it just lying around over here. So I guess that helps. The other thing I could be doing, oh right, yeah. The other thing I could be doing is going through all of these boxes and sorting this out, but that's going to be incredibly boring. So I'm not going to inflict that on you guys. Another thing to consider is how much the used life support canisters are stacking up. There's quite a few in here. 250, that's not so bad. And I'm still able to get them brought out to me by the bots here. So we've obviously got at least some of them. Oh, 1,800 of them. Okay, yes, I'm going to be kept alive for a good long time by that, I think. That's not too much of a worry. I've got less than 1,000. Let's do this again. I suppose I'll apologise for the noise. Donk, 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 donk. So, how is everyone? How are you all doing with your space exploration playthroughs? Are you? I remember somebody saying they'd just been doing they just finished off doing tier 1, and were stealing all of my ideas, of course. I'm sure, or at least I hope so, because I mean that's part of the reason for doing it, isn't it? That's why you're watching, to see what to do and what not to do. I think we've had one or two people who I know there's at least one person on here who's got just ahead of me because he's not spending all his time making videos and and putting streams together, so he's running a little bit faster through it. There we go. That's 1,500 of them. That'll do. I'm going to go and put some more down. Patience is not one of my strong suit points, as you might have noticed. Oh, finished it! Wow, that is impressive. I reckon I've got a long way to go before I get there. And I feel like I'm on phase 2 of 3. So the first phase being just sort of, well, I guess first phase is getting off Norvis in the first place, which to be honest is maybe that counts as phase 0 really, because that's just mostly it's just doing vanilla. Then there's the next phase is getting space science tier 1 up and running, I guess, and then you move on to tier 2, 3, 4. I'd say the way it feels to me is that the first section was getting off Norvis. The second section was getting tier 1 space science done. Then the third section is getting all of the rest of the space sciences done, because I think now that I've done the first one, I don't really expect the rest of them to be anything like as difficult. So put that there. Then I need to... You'll notice I've turned the robots off because I'm actually capable of planning ahead, it appears. I know, I was surprised too. So yeah, the doing I get the feeling that doing all of the sort of tiers 2, 3, and 4 of space science is going to be about as difficult as doing tier 1 was. And then I'm going to move on to the deep space science, which is presumably going to be... I'm sort of vaguely guessing again, and I'm sort of expecting that to be another sort of similar burst of difficulty, should we say. But I guess we'll find out. I'm hoping that my design is sufficiently forward-thinking that I won't need to do another redesign for deep space science. That is just wild optimism, of course. I mean, I don't actually know that for sure. But I would like I built the design. I mean, you've seen with the sushi science that it's quite clearly designed to with the with that extra space science taken into account, with the deep space science taken into account, in that there are slots to load it all into. However, just because there is space in the sushi for it, doesn't mean that it'll actually work and that there will genuinely be room. I thought I did cut for these. Apparently not. Fail. What are you asking for? You're asking for Duff memory cards and thermofluid. Okay, good. So that looks correct, I think. Oh, no, that's a square out. Let's put that in there. Yes, that'll work. Oh, what was I saying? Yes, so I've designed it with the intent of being able to upgrade easily to have the space the deep space science in there as well, but it remains to be seen whether that'll actually work or not. How big are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is why I have no space in my inventory. I made all the different sizes of pipes last time. Wait, what? What's this belt for? I'm very confused. Oh well, let's put the rest of it down. Let's get it all built up first, and then we can decide if we've forgotten stuff. And what it should. In fact, actually, while that's being built, I can look over here, can't I? Because that same belt should be. Oh, it's bringing cryonite up for future proofing. Right. Okay, so going from is that with my tier 0 suggestion as well? So you're going from the tier 1 space sciences to tier 2 space sciences. I'm impressed I've got all the bits I need to build this. Like, at least all of the recycling stations and all of the, what are these things? Decontamination facilities. I'm honestly surprised. Right, and it should be okay just to shove in all of these things, including the combinators, because I do want to have all of exactly the same things brought up here as well. Then we can have an unloading station there. And I've run out of LTN stations. Okay, that's not a problem. I can sort of come down here, and I want to stop. What are you? Okay, you know, you're that. Disposal. This one is an LTN station that I don't need anymore. This one is an LTN station that I do still need, because I'm going to want to pick stuff up from there and from here. And you're a drop. Oh yeah, that's that can go. It's not COVID. It's not COVID. Right. Where was that one that was missing? Oh, it's up here. Okay. That should be mostly complete. There's probably going to be a few belts that need to be tweaked now because I've moved things around a bit. So let's get rid of this belt here for a starter. Oh, actually, that wants to go up there. Yeah, let's be lazy, actually. Let's put that one back in. And then I'll just extend this that way instead of bringing it this way as well, because that's going to be easier. This can hop over. That's fine. I can have a gap in there. And then priority splitter in there. This is all fine. I've linked that cooling pipe up there. There must be one that brings it back. Oh no, this is the input of the warm stuff, so bring it down. No, it's not. Oh, this is a recycling pipe for the contaminated fluid. That's not right. Ah, this should come in here. There should be a tank in here, but for some reason it was missing on my diagram. Let's put that there. No, that doesn't fit. All right, let's look at the one that's actually working. It actually got everything there. Somehow that tank has turned into a pipe. Oh, that's probably when I was just linking things up without paying any attention to what they actually were. So we'll put that there. Then, oh yeah, that station hasn't. And we need to have a station. Yeah, it must be here. We need another normal station. Does that go there then? Yeah, contaminated cosmic water and then scrap. Let's make sure that looks right. And let's work out why that train stopped. Contaminated cosmic water and scrap. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Why? Oh, you know you were waiting there for acceptable reasons apparently. What you still have a bad feeling about this? That there's 5 trains trying to go to this station. That's supposed to. I suppose it gets 4 different things coming in, so maybe that's okay. I don't have the space manufactory. That's okay. I am a bit concerned about what I saw down here when I looked down this way, that the this has backed up and is not being processed. Why are you... Oh, there's no cosmic water. What? Because there's a pipe fail here. This is supposed to be passing cosmic water straight down here. Okay, let's run down there and fix that before I do anything else. Because that's simple, but it's going to cause problems for a very long time. It's going to cause ongoing problems otherwise. So it was up here. Yes, this one. Oh no, that's why. That needs to be an underground, so it doesn't link through to that pipe. Okay, so now what we're going to find out if one of these machines is sufficient to deal with the contaminated scrap that's coming in. Now, my suspicion is that it probably is for the moment, because there's not that much of it being produced. But once I start making the what do you call it, the material sciences and producing massive quantities of all of the scraps, then I'm going to have issues and I'm going to need to expand it. Yeah, I've sort of kept my initial base as a bit of a mall. That's what sort of this area has become, because there's just lots of everything I need here. And yeah, it's kind of going to work, I think. All the stuff down here was just making science packs though, so there's no need for any of that. It was just sort of up to about everything beyond about here was just for science, and then this stuff I've got, and then I've just got all these machines up here set up making, well, all of those different things. Right, let's have a look. Okay, a train has turned up. Why is it not unloading? There's no chests in there. Right, okay. That would help, I have to admit. I don't know what that one's for. Looks spare. I'll pick it back up again. I don't know what those are for either, actually. They're not for anything, I don't think. Let's check this. So we've got red circuits, copper plate, cryonite, and rough data storage. So let's... I want to cancel the order for cryonite, but it's right there, so I'd better not. So this must be cryonite because it's not coming out anywhere else. I don't know why that didn't copy across though. Looking down here, yeah, that is. Maybe actually, second thoughts. I'll just pull this up. I'll stop requesting cryonite, and I'll take that train and empty it manually because I'm not using cryonite here at all at the moment. So I want you to go back to cryonite pickup. And then wait until you've got an empty cargo. Which will never happen, obviously, but I'll go over there and deal with that manually. Okay, so we're unloading here. Oh, I see. Yeah, I do have catalogs able to be picked up by train, but I don't really want to be bringing them out. Yeah, I might just have to hand feed those for a little while. That's going to be a bit annoying. Or maybe I'll just set up small production facilities to produce the early catalogs. I don't know. That feels horrible too, though. Okay, so we've got oodles of electricity. We're just waiting for... Okay, you can stop being manual now and go away. Shortage of electricity down here. Let's put that in there. So I need to go and get some space manufactories. I need to get probably something else. I think there's something else that I hadn't built. Oh no, it's just that now. And then I can think about expanding outwards. So I'm going to need loads more of these. Or actually, I'll probably just rip up the old ones once this gets started. In fact, if I put down some boxes here, and I can dump my inventory into them. Like that. That'll probably do. Then I can grab... Now, the trick is to do this quickly before I run out of air. Is to find where those are going. Grab them all out of there. Fly back up here. I was expecting there to be a lot more than that, I have to admit. They go into here. What? Okay, I'm getting paranoid about air shortages. There we go. What's going on up here? There's no boxes up here. Right, so I'll put those in there like that. And that's a good start. I'll need to do a lot more manually moving things across as well, which is a bit of an annoyance. But are those flowing around correctly? Yes, they are. Why are you not? But you haven't got the... Oh, anywhere to put the polished data. Okay, so that's running fine. And then once these red circuits start coming out, then we should start getting the... I know we won't actually start getting them because this machine is isn't placed yet. So let's go and get some more of those machines. The big manufacturing things. And some more substrate as well, probably. Manufactories. Oh, they come out of a normal assembly machine because, well, they'd have to, otherwise you wouldn't be able to make any. 4 of them should be more than enough. And let's get a load of those decontamination facilities as well, because I'm going to need them to polish the substrates up. So that I can have oodles and oodles of the cards being made. And I'm going to leave those for now because they're probably okay. Okay, what are we waiting for? More solar panels, more space platform scaffolds. Everything else is full. 1,000, 2,000, nearly 3,000. Okay, so we're nearly there. Actually, I'm going to do this from this mode and see. Okay, there is still a lot of that to be pulled up. That's going to leave the bots busy for a very, very long time. But that's okay. I don't have anything else for the bots to do. Right, so I should also rip all of this up, or at least empty it all out first. That, to be honest, is something I should have done before I came up here with all of my extra full inventory. But never mind. So I'm going to need to make this, fill in this gap. In fact, I'm probably going to want to extend both of these out. Actually, no, I'm not. I don't need that much. I don't need anything like as much space as worth of manufactories as I do of decontamination facilities. Now, I probably should come along here and put in a load of modules in these machines so they'll all run a bit more efficiently. But I think that's going to be one of those things that's probably best waiting for the next level of beacons. So that's I think is probably going to make it a bit more practical to do. Aha, I have been leaving the gaps here. Well done, Laurence. Did it right for once. Good job. I'm allowed to patronise myself, aren't I? Okay, Peter. Well, thanks for showing up anyway. Sleep well, and yeah, I think there's probably going to be a lot of yaks in my near future, but we'll see how I get on with shaving them all bald. I would like to get material science done. That's my sort of objective for today. But yeah, I think getting some of the these things running a bit more efficiently first is also quite important, sadly. So it may be some time before I actually get to go and play with that bit. But you know, fingers crossed, it won't be too long. There. Oop. No. Yes. The first one of those only. Ah, stupid things. Right, there are no liquids involved in this one, are there? No, so I can do that, and that, and that. I can actually put them next to each other. That's the 4 machines I brought with me, so hopefully that'll be enough. And the belt back. And then... so these are going to be on the other side of the belt. If I do that, yeah, that'll work. Because the important thing is, I need to prioritize any memory cards that come in from here, from the computers that have been reformatted. They've got to go through first. And these ones have got to be a lower priority, and that will do that, so that's okay. These all seem to be chugging away very happily. We've got the tons of scrap flowing out here. Now this should be called scrap pickup, I think. Let's make sure that's right. Scrap pickup, yes, there we go. Okay, I think that is now working. Why are you called hymnal? I mean, it doesn't matter, it's an LTN station. But it probably shouldn't be called that, and it should definitely be linked up. So here we go. Let's see what we've got here. So we need minus 10,000 need 10,000 thermofluid. We need all the junk data cards we can get. Network IDs, fine. And I've disabled the warning messages because it's a just pull everything it can off the network station. Okay, everything seems to be working. Let's run down here and start pulling this up. So I don't want to waste the fluids from here particularly, or in fact any of the stuff from here. So let's get a let's borrow one of my trains. You'll do because I need to steal your spare wagon, carriage, whatever we call these things. And I want to bring it to not memory card pickup, not scrap pick. Oh, I've picked up the station, so I don't know where I need it to go. Let's bring it to here for now, and then I'll work it out from there manually. So what I'm going to do with this train is park it in here and flip these inserters round and basically dump all the stuff from these chests back into the train. There isn't going to be all that much of it by the looks of it. Manual, because most of it has just gone off to be turned into stuff. But if I put that there, then I should be able to do this. In fact, the only thing that there's any of is the red circuits. Okay, well we'll pick those up anyway. While that's doing that, I'll pull up this. So let's do this bit by hand. Let's have a sudden unexpected autosave right in the middle of when I'm trying to do something. Damn it. Alright. Pull up all of this. And this. Oh, I've got bots coming over from the main base to help. That's a shame. I didn't really want that, but never mind. I want all the stuff that's in that chest as well to be taken with me, I think. So let's see, these are rough data substrates, so they definitely go in there. Those go in there as well. What was the third thing that takes? Copper. Put some of that in. Copper, rough substrates, copper. There we go. The cryonite was going to have to wait. Now, the thing is, I don't really want to... I'm having a bit of a fluids shortage at the moment, if you'll pardon the expression. That sounds rather unfortunate. Possibly a medical condition. So I don't really want to pull up any of these tanks and just chuck the fluid that's in them, because that'll be enormously wasteful and kind of pricey. But then there's not... Well, there is a bit of thermofluid in these, actually. Okay, so we'll have to... Yeah, one of the things I need to do will be to clear up all of the... will be to come around again with a fluid train and clear up all of these pumps and things. And I've just realised that having cut the power to all of this, I'm not going to be able to do any of that. So let's run the power back up again, like this. Hey Mo, yes, all going well, thank you. just being destructive at the moment because I realised there wasn't room for what I'd built, or rather there wasn't room around what I'd built for what I then needed to add in. So I'm pulling all of this up in order to build it again somewhere else, but bigger and better. Well, I've already started the building it bigger and better. Here it is over here. Actually, I need to take that train with me. So yeah, that's the first yak I'm shaving this evening before I get on to hopefully doing other things. It's yeah, I mean technically when I say not enough room, I mean not enough room between the thing I've put down and the previous thing I put down that it needs to be next to. I've just driven past the station I wanted to go to. So yeah, there is room in total, which is why I picked it up and moved it to somewhere else. The problem is that there isn't room in the place where I was trying to put it. So yeah, no paradoxes around here. What else did I pick? Did I pick up anything else useful? Maybe not. No, and it is definitely a thing that in Factorio you are forever running out of space, even though in theory it's infinite. The problem is that whilst it is infinite, my planning for the future is definitely not infinite. Okay, so once that's empty, I can then summon a... Oh dear. Oh, there's a pump missing. You wait. Pump, 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 pump. Pump. And does there need to... No, there doesn't need to be one up there. Okay, so now that'll stop this train going up and down there all the time because it thinks it's got more stuff that it... Okay, you might as well go now. Okay, so that's that one. No, I don't need that train anymore. You go back to the depot. No. Go back to the depot and wait there for time so it just resets it and everything works properly again. Okay, now I need a fluids train. So as I was saying, I mean, it's very tempting just to rip up all of these tanks and go, I don't care. It just evaporates off into space. But I've noticed that I am basically almost completely out of thermofluid. Cosmic water's okay actually, and the reason I'm out of thermofluid is because all of my actually no, I was going to say, oh no, I take it back. I thought I was out of thermofluid, and when I checked between streams, it was because this tank was empty and you use heavy oil to make thermofluid. But actually, it's just because this machine isn't fast enough. So yeah, that might be a job for some speed modules. But I am still, nonetheless, I am short of thermofluid, so I'm going to grab a... Not that one, apparently. Can I have a fluid train? Why are my trains all having a misery guts moment? Oh, it's because they're all trying to get the thermofluid. Okay, you do that. Go to Tyler Humnell, whoever he is. You, I want to come up here. Clear all of that out. Just head up here. And then I'll work out what I want to do with you from there. Okay, so first I'm going to fill up on... No, thermofluid is up there. First I'm going to fill up on thermofluid by trying to stop in the right place and flipping this pump round. Ken has. Oh, you have to stop in exactly the right place. Oh, that was exactly the right place. There we go. Suck these tanks dry. This is taking a little while longer than it should because the fluid has to flow from one tank to the next, but never mind. Which train are you? I don't know. I can't tell. It's too far down. You're cosmic water, though. Okay. So I'm just going to sit here and watch this for a couple of minutes. Because I don't want, because I seem to be, as I said, I'm short of thermofluid. I don't want to waste it. I want to make sure I keep as much of this as I can. But these are now basically empty. Nearly empty. Once it gets below 100, alright, that's enough. Head back up and round. Where's the thermofluid happening up here? Further down, of course. Ooh, there's a rock on the line. I should deal with that for aesthetic reasons, if nothing else. And then try and do the same stop in the right place thing here. I know there actually is a station on this one, so I could do it automatedly. Come on, I saw that pump twitch. Why isn't it connecting? Oh, it definitely twitched then. You know what? Let's do this the easy way. Go there. Now. What? Oh, for... Huh? No, don't do that. Do that. Trains are so bloody stupid. I never seem to... I know. When Factorio does something stupid, it's usually because I've done something stupid. It's not actually the game's fault because it's smarter than I am. Oh, it's because I didn't set a wait condition on it. All right, I take it back. This one I will accept the blame for. You think that needs testing? I think because I didn't think it is. Certainly, if you remove the last one, it destroys it. But then that's the last one. That's a special case. I wouldn't like to say for if there's still another one attached to it. I would. Oh, my inventory's full. Damn it. Now I've just scattered stuff all over the floor. And I don't want to accidentally mine the train. Because that'd be embarrassing and silly and, yeah, generally problematic. Do you think there's room to squeeze through there? I don't think there is, but I kind of want to try. Ooh, there's room to phase through, which is even better. Gloop. Right. Now, I want this in manual mode again because there was some cosmic water to pick up as well. I'll get there eventually. Oh, that's that station for cosmic water. Alright, let's try. I've got plenty of cosmic water, so I don't feel so bad about ripping things up. So at the moment, we've got 15 in that one, 15 in that one. So if I remove this, that should jump to 25. Oh, it did. Yes, you're quite right. Okay, that's interesting. Vaguely worth knowing. Oh, there's a lot of cryonite there. Let's put that back. Yeah, Grat's on correct. Oh, and there's an enormous number of red circuits here as well. I'm full of everything. Oh, so lardy. Ooh, some uranium from this rock. Oh. Right. Let's abandon... Oh dear. I was going to say, let's abandon this train here just before the signals. And this can go into the queue of trains waiting to go to that station and unload. Empty. Not you, not that one. Right. What's going on up here? Do I have anything I can contribute? Yes, I've got some red circuits. You can have those. I've got some polished substrates. You can have those. I've got some machines that aren't running. Oh, because they've run out of copper, so that's why the train's waiting for that train. Which particular mess are you referring to, Mo? There's probably many, many of them. The biggest tangle at the moment seems to be down here with the fluid trains, trying to pick up thermofluid when there isn't enough of it. Oh, and there's that cryonite train I need to fix as well. And this, I'm hoping that at some point. Oh, my inventory. Yeah, I do need to ditch all of that crap. You're right. Just leaving it in boxes scattered around the factory is not the ideal way to do it. Oh, and doing it like this isn't ideal either. So, yeah, I've got these material catalogues that I can't do anything with at the moment. All right, let's go and put some of the... I think I've got a box down here of stuff I can't use for science at the moment for one reason or another. Where was it? This one. So let's put these material catalogs and things in there. I should probably take these. Oh, and these insights. I said the insights. Those I can do stuff with. These ores. Let's put the ores in here for now. I should set up a thing that requests the ores and sends them down to the recycling plant, but I haven't. I just should. Okay, I've got all these buildings, which is a bit excessive, but they're all kind of useful at various different times. I've got some science packs that I should ditch in the science area, but that's way over on the other side. I've got all of these that I don't need because I can always copy and paste them again later. So I'm finished with them. Yes, you're right. Well, you are right. That is what causes it. However, on the flip side, it's not even. There's no. Are there no. There's no Dubry what's it boxes in here. Constant combinators. Yeah, so that's definitely why this is being a problem. Yeah, basically yes, it works fine as long as you've got a sufficient supply of the thing. Otherwise, it breaks horribly as you're seeing at the moment. So, network one. Not requesting anything. Provide threshold. All right, let's set the provide threshold to 25,000. that should fix it. Yeah, so I've just send that off to go and empty, and then another one shouldn't come until there's enough for a full train. The slightly more long-term solution is to actually fix the damn thing so that it's producing enough thermofluid. But I'm sort of hoping that I'll get to an equilibrium at some point where all the facilities have actually got enough that it just works. Right, what other nonsense have I got that I don't need? Problem is, I get. Let's get rid of some more of that. Oh wait, let's take that back down to 100 first. Ah, crap! I've just ordered a load of inserters. Let's do the same with underground belts because I've got far more of those than I need. Oops! Stop bringing me more. I just lowered that. I said 100 of those. What part of 100 do you not understand? Right. Get rid of that because there's only one of them. I don't know. All the rest of this is kind of useful for when I'm building stuff. Yes, the scrap train is set up fairly specifically. I'm just going to delete that one. I've got enough cosmic water and I can't be bothered. The scrap train is set up fairly deliberately in order to be summoned when there's. Oh, I see what you mean. So yeah, you get the problem with it just sitting there as more and more gradually trickles through. Yes, that will be a thing. But never mind. I think I've deliberately set the timeout to be a bit lower for that one, so I hopefully don't get that problem too much. I can pull up this rail now. In fact, I could get bots to do all of this hard work for me, couldn't I? So I don't need that. This belt coming through here. Ah, this is another scrap belt, so that needs to go off to the other scrap station. What is going on here? Honestly. I've done something. Something weird is happening. What? So this train is trying to get. Why was that on manual? Where are you? Where is Jal Bremno? What was going on with that train? I obviously fiddled with it, but I don't know. Yeah, and this is another bad design that I should have fixed by now of putting the scraps train on the main line. But yeah, we've got the 30 seconds past or 5 seconds of inactivity. So after 30 seconds, it'll clear off again, which isn't too bad. Oh, we've made enough for a train of this already, which is apparently 40 stacks. So yeah, that's right. Awesome. So this is now working rather smoothly. We're getting the memory cards through at the sort of speeds I'm interested in. So that's good. I'm going to pull up this cryonite belt because it's just sitting there confusing me, making me think I've done something wrong. There we go. Yeah, this looks like it's basically working. I'm hoping that once the demand dies down a little bit for the memory cards, that I should be able to get away with without having a copper train arriving every 30 seconds just to keep that station running. What we've got here, we've got some scrap. How much scrap have we got in this box? More than I can fit in my pockets is. Okay. This is why I frequently just empty my pockets into whatever is available when I'm going to start doing something like this. Like this, in fact. Oh, okay, I've got a load of red circuits as well. I wonder where they came from. That's a silly question, I know, but yeah. So now I should be able to just grab up all of this. So, completely failed to look both ways before crossing the railway lines, but I got away with it, which is nice. I'd be in trouble if I did get hit by a train, actually, assuming it was fatal, which trains tend to be, because I'd have to somehow... I'd probably respawn in space, oops, which means I would then immediately suffocate because I wouldn't have my thruster suit, because it would be on my corpse. Alternatively, I'd have the option of respawning back on Norvis, in which case I still wouldn't have my thruster suit because it would be in space, and so I'd have to make another one before coming back up here and trying to reclaim all my stuff. So, yeah, I shall try quite hard not to die. What are you? A piece of pipe. Right. That's the old station tidied up. The new station is... Well, I don't know. We haven't had any memory cards dropped off yet, which we'll never will have because there aren't any inserters there for some reason. That's a bit weird. But we've got everything else we should need here, I think. So we've got plenty of coolant. This is being appropriately chilled. We've got these machines for formatting the cards when they come in. Then we've got these machines for recycling the dead cards, the completely wrecked cards that come out. So I think this is probably going to need to be expanded, and possibly this as well, and then maybe even this. But the basic infrastructure, I think, is there and working. So I think I'm actually reasonably happy with this now. Let's have a look at the contaminated scrap that was being processed down here. There's still 2,000 of it. I don't know whether that's gone down or not. I can't remember what it was on before. So it makes me sort of feel I should probably put in another couple of these machines, given that seems to be a bottleneck. But yeah, I'll leave that for now, and I'll do it once I've got the material science up and running, because that is going to require a lot more of all those sort of scraps and things. Maybe this should be less than 30 seconds. Maybe there should be actually, you know what there should actually be is this. What there should actually be is there. Oh god, that's ugly. Let's make this less bad. Like so. Now it gives the trains a choice of which way to go, so hopefully they'll make sensible decisions. In fact, they'll try and avoid these two stations. So these trains should always go around that way. So I think that should be all right. In fact, I could just remove this. Yeah, that's probably safe. Right. That's improved this a little bit, especially as we seem to get the scrap train turning up here an awful lot. Presumably it's because this fills up. I got the numbers wrong here because this is turning up awfully frequently. This isn't wired up at all. This is just turning up all the time. Oh, goodness sake! Right, let's fix that. So we need a combinator in there. Oh, we need a Mathsima box as well. And you say if anything is greater than 0, then output 1 green flag. You say you say you need to be connected to the circuit network. Is that right? I think that's connected to all three of them. Then you say set train limit to green flag. So now this train will stop turning up all the bloody time and only show up when it's needed. Want to set this as well. So we have contaminated cosmic water minus 20,000 and scrap. 10,000. Basically, I want it to be 40 stacks. How high does scrap stack? Scrap stacks to 50. So 40 says 50 is 2,000. That was a bit ambitious. There we go. So now when there's a full train's worth of scrap, or there's a full train's worth of, or nearly a full train's worth of contaminated cosmic water, the train will turn up and take it away. Okay, I think that's that. I think that's all right. Yep, this seems to be okay. I think this is working as intended now. Has anyone seen anything horrible I've missed? I'm sure you'd tell me if I had. You're all very, very good about that, and always wanting a chance to tell me I'm being a dumbass. So what's this? This is let's name the stations. Thermofluid drop for mem cards. This is scrap pickup. They're all the same. This is supplies drop mem card. This is mem card pickup. Right. I like to name them because then I can tell where my trains are going when they're when I see where they're going to go when I see their instructions. So if I look at one that's sitting in the station or doing something dumb, then I can tell where it's trying to go to and hopefully why. There are chain signals on. Basically, I use chain signals where I've got multiple inputs and multiple outputs. So, for example, on this roundabout here, I've got chain signals on the way in because a train could go in from here or in from here, and it can go out here or out here. So there are chain signals breaking up all the junctions and on the way in. But in places like this, where there's one input and two outputs, there's no point in using chain signals because if a train's going to block the entrance, it'll block it. If you're trying to stop it from stopping here, it would just stop here. So there's no point. Where they merge, you have more or less the same thing. If for example, well, this actually is a multiple one, but it doesn't count because laziness. If you had a train if you had two trains coming to here and here, and you wanted them to not block here, they're already sort of blocking it in the same way anyway. So there's no point in using chain signals unless you've got multiple inputs and multiple outputs. At least that's my theory, and it seems to work. Okay, so we've flooded in a load of... Have we flooded in a load of memory cards? No, we haven't put in a load of memory cards here, but this is still running for some reason. There must have been a delivery of them, and it's just gone round and just been swallowed up. And yeah, because all these are running now, and they weren't before. So clearly, a train's worth of memory cards has been dropped off here, and the astronomic science facility has gone and eaten them all up without really saying anything, and hardly noticed. So that's a problem. Why are we slow over here? Because I haven't put an X. I haven't done that. Oh, for goodness sake. Clearly people didn't like my appreciate my explanation of chain signals. I've just dropped about three or four three or four viewers. And when you've got about a total of less than 10, that's quite a significant number. Never mind. Oh, I didn't put that in either. There we go. Okay, so now this is running. I think I'm going to put a third one in anyway. What? Power. Okay, that should speed it up, except this one isn't running because there's one of those missing. There we go. Now the question is the ion stream able to keep up? And roughly, it's sitting in the low 70s. I think that is going down slowly. Yeah, that's definitely going down slowly. Okay, at some point I'm going to need to put another one of these in, but not just yet. Plenty of power. Okay, so we'll leave this to its own devices, I think. Here's the contaminated scrap being produced. Right, okay, so let's see. I think that's shaved the yak I was dealing with at that point. So the next thing, so there are two things left that I'd like to do at this point. One is to produce the material science, and the other is to produce rocket science. Now, I've not done a pretty diagram for material science 2, I'm afraid, so we've only got the diagram for material science 1. But as you can see, this is just a case of we've got, as usual, I've got my things in the wrong order. There we go. As usual, I've got the 4 different data cards that need to be fed in, and they're all made from these material testing packs, which I've got being made on the train system. So I can just train those through to wherever I want them. And then it's a case of mixing them with lube and concrete, iridium, steel, orange clouds, and thermofluid to get all the various different types of science out. And all of these produce massive quantities of scrap as well, so that's going to be fun. So I guess that's the next thing to look at. Oops, I can put in, since science has sort of protruded out this way, I think I'll do rocket science in this gap here because that's going to be small. That's because that's easy, and I'll do material science down here. So first thing is to basically make a copy of this, because I'm probably going to need at least some of it. I'm not going to make it anything like as big to start with because I don't remember it being quite as demanding, shall we say. So let's take that. About that much is probably fine. Tiles, please. And now we can put that here. Except we can't, because I probably can't build in darkness. So I shall flit over there, put it down, and get started up. Oh yeah, and thanks for. I'm glad you're clearly watching the videos enough to binge them. That's quite impressive. I dread to ask, how much time have you spent watching them over the last few weeks? Or is that not a question I should ask, just in case you tell me the answer and it terrifies me? Oh, I'll put all of that down. All of the time. That's yeah, okay, good. Yeah, that's definitely the right amount of time to spend watching my content. I approve of that. If everyone spent all of their time watching actually no, at the moment I'm there's a couple of things sort of trying to work towards. So to get YouTube partner status, you need to have what is it? You need to have 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 hours watched in the last year. Now, I quite recently went over the 4,000 hours in the last year point, which is quite satisfying. But that means I need to basically try and drag in as many. I need another 750 subscribers. So yeah, hence the tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell anyone who has a YouTube account they should subscribe to me. Not this one, the next one across. Yeah, there is a lot of it at this point. I mean, I've been playing Angel Bobs. That was my first series, and that was about a year and a half of that, I think, before I finished it. With what do we call it, space expansion. Then I started playing space exploration because it seemed to be generally very well thought of and it looked interesting. And to be honest, was basically what I wanted the space expansion that I added to Angel Bobs to be, but wasn't. So and yeah, it has very much fulfilled the promise. And there've been a few times when it's almost had that sort of Angel Bobian feel of the where you look at it and just go, oh my god, I can't even get my brain around what you're expecting me to do here. But that actually is one of the reasons I quite like doing it on stream, is because then I've sort of committed to sitting here and playing this for a while, typically about 3 hours, because that seems to be a good amount of time. Is that the yes? That is the thing I'm trying to put down. So when I get to the point where I'm tempted to rage quit, or at least brain full frustration quit, I can't because all you guys are watching and you're expecting me to carry on. So yeah, it's good for that sort of thing. And also, it's nice to have people to talk to while I'm playing as well, and people to point out when I've done something daft and suggest things I should do. So, thank you. That's quite a compliment. And I've noticed there aren't a huge number of people playing space exploration at the moment, but I haven't, to be honest, I've not watched any of the other streams particularly because a lot of it is because I don't want to spoil it for myself, because I'd rather go in and make my own mistakes, make my own decisions, make my own designs, all that sort of thing, rather than feel like I'm sort of copying somebody else's build. So I couldn't possibly comment on how competent any of the other players are, but thank you for saying that I am. That's very much appreciated. Yeah, the Angel Bobs. You may, if you start at the very beginning of Angel Bobs, you may notice that it was my first sort of big it was my first YouTube series at all, actually. So my sort of, I think my skills as a presenter and as a video editor have come on a long way since then. So you may notice a sort of a bit of a shift in the way in the way the episodes feel. And the very early ones, I think I was struggling to get decent quality audio from a microphone, let alone getting everything else working. But it gets better. I think certainly by series 2, it was up to the sort of more or less the quality you've probably come to expect from me by now. I mean, yeah, sure, there's extra little things I add in all the time, new ideas and whatnot, but basically it was, I think, pretty much there. What am I waiting for? Okay, I can get some more solar panels. I've got more or less the 3,000 of these things. Refilling on those. Yeah. I'm going to need a lot more than 20 solar panels. 40 might be enough, actually. Yeah, I could believe I've put down about a third of those. And then I can start thinking about how to do material science. So, yeah, I think the first step will be to put down material science 1 in exactly the same sort of way I've been doing the I did astro science 1 first. I did energy science 1 first. So get those set up, and then I can start looking through FNEI for the what is it, material catalog 2. So the rigidity, pressure containment, corrosion resistance, impact shielding. So again, material testament, heavy girders, that's going to be interesting. So that's presumably it's iridium. That's easy enough. Pressure containment, storage. I'm going to need to make storage tanks on site. That's going to be a pain in the proverbial. And bring in cosmic water as well. 1,000. Oh, most of it does get released, put back into the system. Okay, that's not so bad. Locomotives. What? Oh no. So I need to make locomotives to make the impact shield. At least it's only one locomotive for every 25, but that's going to be pulling in. Oh, that's ridiculous. Okay, well that's going to be fun. All right. When you say disappointed in the use of LTN, do you mean you think it's cheating to use it, or that I should be using it more efficiently? Because that could go either way. Helps press J rather than K to touch down. Yeah, I know that I'm aware that Twitch is by far the more popular platform for streamers. The main reason I started off on YouTube because I was doing videos rather than streams initially. Um, so so it made sense to then start streaming on YouTube as well because I already had essentially I was going to say captive audience. That's not that's possibly I already had an established audience. There we go. That's the phrase I actually meant. Um, so there were already lots of people subscribed to my channel. So at that point, it seemed to make a lot more sense to try and leverage. That's a bit of a management buzzwordy type phrase. To leverage the viewers I already had, rather than to try move on to switch onto Twitch and try and get an entirely new fan base. I've put that in the wrong place. So I thought that yeah, streaming on YouTube made more sense, and to an extent, I think it almost my impression is from the point of view of the viewer, it almost doesn't matter whether you're streaming on Twitch or YouTube. It's just it's going to be much the same experience, much the same much the same experience, much the same just generally everything. Either way around with either service, so it hopefully doesn't matter too much. That said, the one downside is when I'm doing the Industrial Revolution streams, one of my friends who's playing streams on Twitch, and there's a site called Multi-Stream that allows you to have multiple Twitch streams running at the same time on in the same window, and so we can't do that because he's streaming on Twitch, I'm streaming on YouTube, so and multi-stream seems to be Twitch only. So it's a bit of a shame, but apart from that, there's no real disadvantage to it as far as I can tell. uh, so yeah, and my hope is that if other people use YouTube in more or less the same way I do, then it means they'll have their subscriptions, they'll check them sort of every day or two, see what's coming up, and hopefully you'll find out from that when I'm about to go live or when I'm going to go live in the next few days and join in. And it's clearly worked for all of you guys since you're here. And perhaps if you do follow me on YouTube, then you'll see the streams going up on there and in my videos list, and realise that it's potentially worth coming along. So yeah, as I say, it seems to work. So yeah, I guess if a couple of hang on. So you're saying there were two out of 8 people made it to the end of the mod? Oh, well, presumably they were the people who carried on playing afterwards. That makes sense. Um, yeah. So train madness. Well, I think with the advent of the what do we call it? Train limits in version um, the madness you get with LTN without LTN has sort of gone away to an extent because you can just put essentially you put a train in every single one of your provider stations and have it set to go to any destination station and name all of your iron drops or whatever with exactly the same name. So it is now actually usable. To be honest, if I'd started playing Factorio now, I'd probably never have bothered with LTN because it wouldn't have been quite so vital. Whereas when I started playing, I'm not going to say you couldn't play without LTN. That's obviously nonsense, but it would have been much harder. You ran into issues where as soon as a station became available, you get about a bajillion trains all trying to go to it at the same time, and it didn't work. But yeah, now with train limits, it's much easier. Okay, let's have a good think about material science. So I'm going to pull up a larger version of the picture for me to look at on a different screen, and I'll put it up for you guys as well. So material science 1. So we've got the iridium coming in ingot form, so I don't need to worry about any of that stuff in the top left. Let's do the making the cold first, because that's going to be the easiest one. So can you see that? Yes, you can see that as well. So cold thermodynamics data is made in a thermodynamics facility, which I probably don't have any of in my inventory because, of course, I don't. And just requires only cold thermofluid as well, and data cards, own material testing packs. So that's not too bad. So I'm going to try and be smart here. Now, because all of these are going to require material testing packs and the data cards, I'm going to have those as the first two, like this, and get those, because then they'll be on the right hand side as it goes down of the bus, meaning they'll be a bit easier to pull off. That's my theory anyway, so we'll see how that goes. These are going to be iridium at some point, so I'll do that now. Okay, so let's have a space here to do this. I don't know how far out I'm going to want to go for this. That's probably going to be enough. Let's see, so if I do that here... Yes, I'm fully aware I should be using a splitter there. Everything is going to need memory cards. Let's have that actually dip underground as well. Like that, because then I can put this splitter in there, and then just do that there. It fits in nice and easily. Okay, so from there, put that across like that. Let's get a thermodynamics facility as a... no, up here somewhere. That one. Thermodynamics facility as a placeholder, just to make sure it's the right size and everything. And it takes in cold, which is this one. 9. One, two, three. Yeah, okay, alright, I'll use a 3 here as well. Takes in that. We need underground. Actually, we don't even need an underground. Put that there. A little bit of pipe work. And inserter and an exerter. This is presumably going to spit out the warm thermofluids, because everything does. Yes, warm thermofluid and contaminated scrap. Okay, so that's going to need to be sorted on the way out as well. That's not a problem. And it's going to be the warm stuff, which is this one. That's one thing too long, right? And let's make another 9, and I'll need a 5, which I've already got. Okay, let's put in the 9 and the 5. Actually, no, better idea. I will put in a 15, and then I'll loop round like this and go underneath, because that'll mean it doesn't get in the way of all the other pipes going on for elsewhere. That looks like 5 to me. Oh, spot on. Alright. Oh, actually, let's try and catch up with chat. No, I don't know Bentham either. Omnimatter, I've not even heard of that. Is that another mod pack? Is there an Astro only science that could be running? Is there Astro science in there? I can't tell. Probably is the answer, and I'm not too hot on keeping Astro science running all the time. There's some of these that they require rocket science as well, though, so maybe not. Short answer, no. Long answer, no. Let's set that one going and see if any of it gets done. Oh, I need to cancel this one first. There we go. Yeah, okay, that one's getting done a bit. Oh, right, okay, that sounds interesting. And the big thing that made Angel Bobs difficult with regards to sort of ore stuff was trying to keep it all balanced. That was an absolute nightmare. Apart from that, I didn't find it too difficult. No, wait, that's not right. I'm not saying I didn't find Angel Bobs too difficult. The hardest part of Angel Bobs was, or dealing with the ore stuff of it was, was trying to keep it balanced, and so I eventually got to the stage where I was not balancing it anymore. I was just doing the one that uses all the what's the word I'm looking for? Uses catalysts to process all of the ores, because then you don't actually need to worry about all the byproducts and making sure you've got exactly the right amount of silver compared to the amount of gold and the amount of copper or whatever you've got coming through. So that was much easier once I did that. Yeah. Okay, what's my next next science pack? Next data card is fiery excitement. Let's have a look at how to make. So let's see what that's made into now. No, I probably didn't catch your question about the science sushi. Could you ask it again, please? Sorry. So plasma streams are made in a plasma generator and then put into another thermodynamics facility. Okay. Plasma. I don't have a plasma generator either. Oh goodness sake! I thought I'd come out with all of the machines I was going to need for this sort of general stuff. I might have to go back and get some more. Let's put it in as a placeholder first for now, anyway. Particle collider, plasma generator. Keep them in line. Put that there. No, a bit further down there. And that takes stone, I think. Why not have filters on the merging so there won't be science packs on the empty output? Not sure I know what you mean. Filters on the merging. Oh, you mean these bits? If so, I decided a long time ago that I don't care at all about having little bits of stuff on the outside on the output of splitters, because it's such a small amount of resources compared to everything else that's going through that it's just I don't I don't care. I mean, yes, I could set all of these to output fish to the right or to the left or whatever, and yeah, that would free up a dozen science packs or so. But given that it's yeah, I just didn't bother when I was going through setting it up, essentially. Right. Oh, actually, I can now I've put that in. I can come down here and say, let's pipe it across by 3. That's a good distance. And then another one of these there. And this is a good distance because it means I can run a belt up the middle like that. But I can also run the underground off either side of it without any difficulties. And there's no solid outputs to this, so that's going to be fine. I just need to do that to get them out, to get the material science packs. And in fact, I was thinking, should I keep these as a merged belt all the way down? I think I actually won't, because the advantage of doing it like this is it means I get more throughput, and it's fairly trivial to just do this each time I need a thing. Go. And you're putting on that side, so okay, so this then, I mean, I'm assuming this is going to produce some form of scrap as well, because it's bound to, because it's a material science. Contaminated scrap from this one. What was the other one? Was that contaminated as well? Yes, these are both contaminated. Okay. In that case, let's do it like this. I can bring that down there and split off. How do I best do this? Probably like this. Then I can do that. No, it'll have to be that so there's room for it, and then it can go underground there and be dealt with somewhere off to the side. So that's going to be contaminated scrap going to the left, and this is going to be contaminated scrap going to the right. So I'll put both scraps onto the same belt. They can then be dumped off into a station somewhere and dealt with, and it'll put the 2 sciences on this belt, which is nice and tidy. I need power down here as well. This needs a stone input. Okay, that's the right place. There? Yes. So we'll make the next one of these stone. Actually, no, we've made the next one iridium, and that's probably sensible. So we'll make the fourth one stone, which is a raw material. So like that. Around here, this one. Let's just barge through. Can't be bothered to be subtle about this. Oops. Like that. So we've got stone over here now. So let's see. That's which one am I doing? So it's got stone going into plasma, going into memory, turning into memory cards. And then we get into the ones where you just make things out of. We bring in the cases and just squash them or stretch them or something. And that's going to require the material abusey machines, which I also don't have. You know, at this point, I'm going to go off and just get the machines I need, because I've got completely the wrong set of stuff for what I'm trying to do at the moment. I've got machines that are more that would work better for energy science, and actually a few telescopes and things for the astro science. So I think I'm just going to head back in and pick up what I actually want. So what I need here is I could put them back in the machines up here. That might make sense, but I'm actually a bit too lazy for that, so I'm just going to put them in here. My inventory is changing too quickly. Stop it. Thank you. Oh, and this warehouse is full. I suppose that's... Oh, that was a mistake. To be kind of expected when I've just picked up a load of stuff from... when I've got the bots just ripping up all of my base, the warehouses will naturally fill up just because I'm going to have so much stuff from that. Okay, so I need, for this one, I need the squashy, crunchy machines, that's those things. I need thermodynamics facilities, that's them. I need the plasma generators, that's them. I think that's right. So, let's see, for tensile, it's done in a mechanical facility, yes. Compressive, it's done in a mechanical facility, yes. And then let's have a look at the next ones as well, spoilers. That's also done in a mechanical facility, okay. Oh, and I'm going to need some assembly machines for those girders and for those storage tanks. So also, oh, thermodynamics facility, okay. Corrosion, mechanical facility. Yep, and that's too hard. Locomotive. Still can't get over the fact I need a locomotive for this, and another mechanical facility. So actually, let's bump that up to 10 mechanical facilities. Did I just... Yes, I did just dump all of the space assembly machines I had in this chest. Ooh, that's appropriate. Let's take those. I need to come back for the I need to come back for all these science majiggers as well, and export all this data substrate and all of. In fact, I just need to have a massive tidy up of all the junk that's ended up in my warehouses, because that's a lot of junk. It all should be in very, very different places. But I think I'm going to do that off stream, because unless you guys actually want to watch me tidying up my inventory and my warehouses and things, I think it's probably best if I just get on with the actual proper builds when I'm when I have an audience. I feel a bit mean just saying, yeah, you might as well just watch me messing around with this, because well, I don't know. You're probably all idling on the stream anyway and just sort of paying. Well, I imagine you're probably mostly sort of playing other games as well, and watching something else or doing something else at the same time, because I think that's the way people normally do streams. um, I mean, I could. I tend to. My intention is essentially to do streams when I think I'm going to be playing for a decent amount of time, and ideally try and save the interesting things I need to do for the streams as well. Oh, why have I not got power down here? Oh, that's why. Um, yeah, so I try and save the interesting things for the streams, just because I want to keep. I want it to be as popular as possible. I don't want people to get too fed up by them. So, okay, this is a mechanical facility. It takes in the. Oh, I need to make iridium plates. That's the thing I haven't done yet. And that's this belt is going to be the iridium. Yes. Oh, stuck in a hotel. Yeah, I've had um I've had a few times where I've watched basically all of the YouTube because it's about the only thing my laptop could cope with. Yeah, you have my sympathy. I've yeah, been there. Joys of business travel. Actually, my new job, I don't seem to do that anything like as much. But there was with my old one, there was a point where I was tempted to get some t-shirts made, or a t-shirt made that said in big letters on the front of it, "I'm not a loner, I'm a business traveller," just so you don't feel quite so bad sitting on your own in a restaurant. Oh well. Oh, thank you, Gort. That's very kind of you. Um, yeah, I mean, join in as much as you can. It's nice to have people to talk to and so on. But if it's a choice between just sort of idling and glancing in every so often, or not watching at all, I know which I'd prefer you to do. That should actually be just a dump it all straight in there because I don't think anything actually uses the ingots apart from making plates. So do and that. Yeah, that'll probably do. That'll do for starters. It'll at least get some onto the system so that I can know when I'm. In fact, let's be lazy here, and I know I'm going to need them on the bus later, but I'm going to just turn it around like that. So let's have another look at the. If I only had a memory. Oh, actually, I've got it written down over here, haven't I? So tensile data is steel, iridium plates, and lube, and of course material science. Actually, I want to look at the numbers. Tensile. So there's two testing packs, but then one of everything else. So it sort of doesn't really matter which belt I put where. So I'm going to do this thing again and put it here. Oops. And I need to get steel onto this one as well. So steel may end up being, well, let's program these, because if I don't program them, I'll lose track of which one's which. So these guys could be steel, which is there, like that, and the other one could be concrete because that's the final one for the. I already know this from looking ahead a little bit. Concrete, that one, like so. Uh, yes, Bob's and Angels. Yes, I do remember that. Yeah, I hadn't got into streaming when I was playing when I was doing Angel Bob's. I don't know whether that's a good thing or not, but whether it would have made a good stream or not. But yeah, I wasn't back in those days. It was when I was just making the videos. Mech facility goes there, and oh yeah, I need to feed lube into here as well. Joy. So you're doing science. You're doing tensile. So yes, yes, lube. And oh, what does it spit out? Massive. Oh, oh no. Iridium plate comes back out again just to make my life harder. Okay, so that's this one. All right. Yeah, when I completed Angel Bob's, I was sort of tempted to do it again because I'd learnt so much about the system, and had so many ideas of things I wanted to do differently the next time. But I also didn't really want to spend another 2 hours playing it. So I didn't. Bottom side, so's this. Okay, that's all right. Input priority left. Yes, this is going to get put out onto the bottom side of here. So it's going to run up the outside and going to be on the bottom up here. So is this. So it's going to get used first. So that's okay. Yeah, ore sorting is a massive pain. My thought was I was going to try and basically, if I was going to do it again, then I would absolutely try and rush titanium in order to get, because it was the you need to get thermal water in order to get all of the catalyst-based sorting going. And then once you've got catalyst sorting, you're set. You don't need to faff around with your sorting anymore. So yeah, that was my thought was, if I was going to do this again, then I would try and rush the thermal water, not cosmic water. That's in this one, and then hopefully that would make life much easier. I mean, I might be completely wrong, and it takes longer than I expect to be able to rush it. I'm honestly not sure, but I feel like that would be the way it would be what I would try to do if I was doing it again. Compressive strength. So we still need lube again down here. All right, let's flip that round. Oh no, it still produces contaminated cosmic water, so let's flip that one around instead. In fact, because these share so many inputs, I could put these actually, no, alternatively, I could put that there, and they could share the output belt instead. Now this one doesn't. Oh, so still outputs iridium, but that's not a problem because it's still going to go up here and be fed round. This one's got iridium and steel on the outside one, so that isn't the same. Wait, this is going to have iridium and steel on it eventually, because that's going to come out there. Somehow. Yeah, I need to get steel. I need to get steel in here anyway, and I need to rotate those before I forget about it. How am I going to do this? I think I'm just going to have to bring the iridium in from this belt. That's not going to be too difficult. So I'm going to need another one of these. It's nice that they're all exactly the same. And I probably should have made this part of the copy as well. Why is that small? I don't care. And then this one is going to be iridium and concrete, I believe. Iridium is this one. Need to move that down another square. So then I can have that go from there to there to there, and then pick up the iridium from there, because iridium will come off this belt like this. Like that. Okay, and then concrete here. Probably about there, I'm not sure, I'll need to look into that. So, this one is presumably steel. Yes, this one's steel. So that's the one that needs to go in up here somewhere. Got a bit carried away then. Is that you? Are you steel? I think yes, I think you must be. Yes, joining on the other side of the iridium belt. Good. And then concrete. Down here. And I'm going to use a splitter. And we'll see if I need steel. Oh yeah, I'm going to need steel further down for the trains I need for part 2. I'm still bemused by the idea of trains being a component of a science pack, but yeah, what can you do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. So I can just do this. Or I could do it properly, actually. Let's do it properly, rather than just making things grotty for the sake of it. Put this in like that. There we go. That's how it's meant to look. What's this one? Oh, stone. I don't know if I'm going to need that further down or not. Oops. Under. There we go. Right. That is the inputs for the first tier. So we're doing iridium that way. We'll do scrap this way. That's not scrap. That's scrap. No, let's do the other side. There we go. Where are my first science packs? Here are these are my first science packs. These are my second science packs. So now I'm turn these around so they're facing the right way. Next thing is to put in the computers that turn the turn them into actual useful catalogs. That's the word, catalogs. So I've got some computers. Good. I think this tier 1 I've been putting in 2, haven't I? So 1, 2. Is that even lined up? No. I mean, I don't know why I'm bothering. Why I care about lining things up, but you know, it just feels neater. Okay, so I'm making material catalog 1. That needs cold thermofluid outputs warm. That's the same as up here. That's convenient. So belt cross there, belt cross there. That. And then, oh yeah, this is the bit that's slightly fiddly because I need to put in. Okay, no, actually it's manageable, but you need to get in the underground pipes if you're doing the coolant this way, which I clearly am. And you need to get in the inserters, which is a little bit of a squeeze, and means you end up with your power poles out here, given that we've not been able to do pylon substations yet. Oh well. And then we have the same down here. In, out. Shake it all about. And put that there and there. Now, I'm pretty sure this doesn't output anything else. Good. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the material science the way the rest of it is for it not to produce scrap from the this part as well. Does it? I actually had not noticed that. No, number 2. Impact shielding. Oh yeah, there's 50% chance of the girder surviving. You're right. Well, I suppose that makes sense. I mean, iridium presumably is supposed to be this ludicrously strong magical wonder material that you use it, which is why we're using it for all this sort of material science magickery. So yeah, presumably it's quite tough. No. Do it again, but better. There we go. Ooh, a train. Ah, yes. The one thing that I'm actually ordering at the moment is the thermofluid, so we're just filling all these pipes up at the moment. I suppose I might as well start ordering things, these things, and then we can get that all running and just see where the gaps are that things are going to fall through. So we need iridium ingots. Let's say minus 200 of those. We need material science packs, which is are they in here? No, it must probably in here. They're there somewhere. There they are. Found them at last. I don't know. These numbers are somewhat arbitrary, but I'm vaguely aware that the iridium doesn't stack all that high. Science, I need blank data cards. Stone. Steel. When you say densest, do you mean in stack size? I assume you do, because that's I can't think what else you might mean. Where's concrete? It's in here, isn't it? There it is, yeah. But then I think all of these are going to be fine for getting trains worth of stuff in. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Why are you not doing stuff? No trains. No trains found. I should go and sort out that Granite train at some point. Actually, that's on my to-do list. Where are all my trains? There's one there. Oh, they're all here. Oh, I've screwed up signalling. Signal time. I've only got 18 of them. Hope that's enough. Right, so we've got one on the output there, input output there, we need one there. We need to get rid of this. Well, we don't need to, but I'm going to. Should be them on the input and output of here. There's one on the output already. There's one there, and then there. It looks okay now. This is a horrible mess, and I'm not particularly impressed with myself. But I mean, that said, it's sort of yeah, it could be worse. Looks a bit tangled, but it sort of makes sense. Sorry, I'm not used to people getting real life all up in my Factorio. I obviously did not put this down with file because there's no signals up here. Or at least there's insufficient signals up here. Right, where was I? That's freed up all of the trains now, so we should be able to get things going again over here. Although as soon as the first train arrives here, it's going to get stuck, so that's a problem. Oh, no. And signal, I need one there apparently. Do you have one on the input and output? Yes, you do. You don't need two inside there, inside that loop. Yeah, I'm not that sort of engineer. I don't tend to play around with severely radioactive things, which is probably for the best. Especially given how often I forget things in Factorio. Maybe I did do these with file and I've just got the signal set to be a long, long way apart. Right, okay, I've freed up lots of my trains now, so hopefully we should start to get all of the inputs here. And I think that means we've then got all of this wired up correctly. Well, I say wired up. This hasn't even got power, so it's obviously not wired up at all. But there we go. And these don't have their inserters, so we need in, out, oops, long in, out. They're all set up. I haven't done coolant for these ones. That's still to be done. So we're going to need warm. Oh yeah, you're right, those need lube as well. Better do that. In fact, I haven't got lube. I haven't even got lube being delivered, let alone lubed in. That's that one, and this is cold. Not super chilled, but cold, which is this pipe, I think. Oh, don't do that. Okay. Oh no. It's another very important step. That one. Right. Lube. Oh, lube and then the output. Oh, that can't go there then. That's to go there. Fortunately, that'll have to also go there. Same with this one. Right. Dun, 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 dun. Typical. The underground pipes aren't quite long enough for what I'm trying to do. Okay, so this is going to be some additional stations for these things. So I need to have in, let's see, we need to have several more stations. I need to turn the light on because I'm sitting in a dark room staring at a bright screen. There we go. Okay, so we're going to need to have
a station to drop off the train of drop off my train of thought. Station to drop off the lube, and then a junk pickup station to take away both types of scrap and the contaminated cosmic water. Okay, so that's not too bad. It's only 2 additional stations, and that will deal with all of the byproducts from this this train, I think. Did I? I must have nudged the, presumably to a much worse one, I imagine, because it's presumably flicked over to my webcam.
There we go. That should be back to normal. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I think when I stood up, it must have sort of tugged on the USB cable that was going for my headset, and it switched over to the webcam's microphone, which is terrible because it's a webcam. Is it back to normal now? Oh, I've just realised I'm going to get infinite numbers of trains carrying these material science packs over because they only stack up to 10. Oh, that's going to be awful. And it gets through massive quantities of them. Maybe I should actually just be making those on site here. Or I should move the factory that's making those to... That's a possibility, actually. I could move this factory from here to here and just have it passing the material science packs straight through for the material science, and also making them available for pickup by a train. That's probably quite a good way of doing it, because otherwise, yeah, it's just going to be endless trains bringing these over. I mean, you saw that then. A train came in, dropped off some material science packs, and they've basically gone already. I also need to radar this area up a bit. There's one there already. Put another one at the bottom. I'll think about that. That can be a job for in a moment. Job the next, as it were. So, okay, first let's have a lube drop-off station. I think that's probably a good idea. Is that lined up? I think it is. Yeah. So that's going to be basically a liquid drop-off station. Let's just copy one of those. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Where is a liquid drop-off station that isn't a mess? There's one. It's on the... Oh no, it's on... That's okay, yeah. So I want that. Including the tiles, which is the whole point of doing it. Actually, quite a lot of these tiles I don't need now I think about it, but never mind. Put it there. Yeah. I've run out of LTN stations. Grr. Okay. Never mind. Let's run an additional couple of lines of scaffolding down here. Oops. that. And I'm going to run a line of it straight across here because it looks ridiculous when you do the underground belts, underground anythings to go to cross, to cross gaps. So I try not to do that. You know, aesthetics are important. That's going to be too long. Actually, no, it's not. Let's do that. Underground there. Corner. Underground pipe. And then fill in the gaps like so. Right, that's lube in. At least it will be once I've requested it over here. Lube. I'm going to go and get some more stations in a minute, but I'm going to just put this bit down first, and this, and just get the scrap pickup station in place as well. Or if I've run out of signals, I've run out of everything to make signals as well. Okay, never mind. Signals aren't that important, right? Right, scrap pickup stations. This has got 3 types of scrap. Have I got anywhere else that's producing 3 types of scrap? Solid, contaminated, and contaminated cosmic water. This isn't producing any. I don't know why I'm looking at that. Scrap pickup. I mean, to be honest, that's probably close enough. It's set up for both of those. Although this one here... No, let's copy the other one because it's in less of a messy place. Scrap pickup, and it's got room for the contaminated cosmic water as well in there. Not copy. Blueprint. Put that in here. Once that's down, I can then shove in the actual station. I put in the actual bits of the station, like that, and see what I'm short of. Bound to be some stuff. I've run out of steel boxes again. Oh, okay, that's worth knowing. Thank you. I'm not sure whether I'll remember that, but it's good to know. Or at least I'm not sure whether I'll remember it in the moment when I'm trying to do something. On the flip side, I might go, I'm sure there's a way to do this. What could it be? Oh yes, I remember now. So that's probably the most likely. This is dry scrap, I think. Which one takes the... Can't tell the difference between the icons at that zoom level or at that moving level. Okay, this one's dry scrap, that one's wet scrap. Nice unpleasant way to name them. To there, and a little bit more of this. Then we can loop round down to here. Join on. I think I'm... Yes, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, I should have reached the mute button rather than moving the microphone away from my face. That'd have been better. But yeah, sorry. Right, all linked up. I've run out of steel, so I can't make the boxes for this. I've run out of LTN station, so I can't finish that one off. So have I put down the station there? Oh, I have. I've got an actual station, a normal station. There's no LTN ones. Other than that, so I can't summon lube yet. But otherwise, good. There's a bit of that missing there. Oh, and there are no memory cards because that's under really, really high demand. So there just aren't any. Unless that's what's coming now. Nope, just more material science boxes. Yeah, I think I might be going to end up moving. Might be going to be moving that factory. Fortunately, it's quite a simple one, so it won't be too much of an effort. I've got LTN. Oh, I think I might have run out of LTN stations. That's a pain. So I need iron. I need green circuits. I need steel. And I need lots of boxes. And lots of signals. So I need more iron now because I've run out of that. What do I need for this? Oh dear. Everything. Are LTN stations on my shopping list? I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't, because I've not been using them that long. I've not been using trains up in orbit that long, and I've probably just had some with me. No, they're not. Let's put them on the shopping list. LTN stations, 30. So no half measures. But I guess for now I'm going to have to actually make one myself manually, which is a bit annoying. Because the sheer number of random things I need to pick up and put in my inventory in order to make them. Alright, let's fill up on the substrates, scaffolds first. I wonder how much of that I've got now. 16,000. How's it getting on with ripping up the rest of it? Ooh, that's looking pretty sparse. In fact, that's looking very sparse. It's like they're just sort of the spine of the base left now. That's quite weird. Right, so I can't find half the stuff I want. I need glass. I need steel. I need iron. I need copper. At least I'll let me make 18 of them. That's quite good. I also need to empty this train down here. So while I'm here, let's do that. I mean, I think there's an easier way to do this, but never mind. Tum-ty-tum-ty-tum. Nearly there. Oh, alright. Do it like that then. There we go. Right. So I've got my stations, I've got my signals. I can finish all of that off now. Get something vaguely functional built up. If my water bottle's gone sort of all warm and tepid from summer, basically. Right, that's that one, and then signals. There, and there, and then like that. Okay. So now this is demanding the lube. But there should be other one. Oh yeah, it was the memory cards that we're still short of. Still a memory card crisis. I should just look on the map. It's going to be easier than flying over that. So, what's going on up here? There's memory cards coming out at quite a rate. There's a train jammed up there because it's trying to go. Where is it trying to? Oh, presumably it's trying to. Where are you trying to go? Go to depot, stupid thing. That's probably one I just released. All right, that's sort of acceptable. Are you going to... Yes, that's probably the one I've just put down because... Yes, it is. Excellent. So that's... So this train is now picking up the memory cards for the material science. So that is about to be get done. About to get done. English difficult? I don't know. Words. So having been briefly confused by... Oh. The I've set numbers badly here. That can't be 400 because you can only get like 480 in these. Let's make that minus 100. That's probably going to stop being an issue soon anyway, because if I'm going to pull these off the system here. However, that's going to be a bit of a problem if I can't get any memory cards in. There's 8. Go. Go. Oh, I haven't set these up to make the appropriate things. You're making cold. You're making orange clouds. It's an important step, this one. You're making hot. Have I configured the rest of them? Yes. It was just those ones at the top, the ones I put down first, and I've completely forgot to tell them what I actually wanted them to do. Derp. Right. Okay, you have some memory cards as well. And for some reason I seem to have some compressive strength data cards in my inventory, so I'll get rid of those like this. Right, now we have stuff flowing out there. Let's send that around the loop again, and then it'll hopefully hopefully there'll be enough space in here once the memory cards have been used a little bit to unload it properly. Alright, that looks like it's working. This does not. Oh, I haven't put an inserter in. There we go. Oh, it needs chemical gel as well. Bloody hell. Okay, this is going to become a 2-flavour liquid station. Conveniently, I've left enough space to do that, and that, and that. Then I'm going to use green wires for this time to save my sanity, because last time I had an enormous headache trying to work this one out. Feed that to the 2 pumps. And when you get... Which one are you? You're the lube. When you get a signal that lube is greater than 0, then run. And when you get a signal that chemical gel is greater than 0, then you run. And that way we can have the 2 stations unloading, 2 liquids unloading at the same station without getting a horrible sticky mess made out of them. So you also need to summon in chemical gel, like so. And you should be there, not there. And, oh, there is one on the output. Exit, that word. Okay, so I need to get the chemical gel up here. So I'll bring it across, basically, bring it up opposite the, on the same place as the lube, I think. That's not scaffolding. I think that's probably going to be fine. Still need more of that. Across there, and then one of those, and I suppose a shorter one of those. Close enough. Oh, I can't go there. I can go there though. Then underground pipe, like so. Like that. Yeah, sure. Right, there we go. Now when the chemical gel train arrives, then should be okay. Oh, I've obviously got the numbers wrong here because there's too many trains arriving. These stack up, so these stack up to 10. I've got it only subtracting 100. Maybe it was already on its way. for now, I'm just going to put in another signal behind this and assume that once this gets going, we'll get through all of these material packs quite quickly, and then hopefully sanity will return. Sanity is not returned. Why is there so much steel here? Oh, of course. Yeah, I see why that went wrong. Yes, steel. It's okay. That's crunching away happily. That's crunching away happily. Right, so we have, I believe, and we still don't seem to have all of the sciences coming down here. This one, the hot science, has not actually produced anything yet. Insufficient plasma. What? Why have you not? Oh, okay. I'll accept full responsibility for that one. Need to actually link the pipes up. That would help, wouldn't it? Yes, yes, it would. Okay. This takes quite a while to run. We'll see how much of a buffer we get from there in a moment. And then once that runs, hopefully we'll then start to get some of them building up down here, and we'll be able to start them running. And then I can start thinking about having another station down here to take the catalogs away. And then I can start thinking about the next stage, the level 2 ones. What time is it? 10 o'clock. Okay, we'll see how much more I can get done in the next 20, 30 minutes, something like that. Okay, this seems pretty happy. That's a bit... I'm astonished by how many material testing packs get used up. And there's 4 go into every one of these thermodynamic datas. We've got 4 going into those as well. 2 into these ones. That makes them seem cheap. 2 into this one. So every one of these catalogues uses up 12 material science packs. Jeez. And that's more than a stack from a train. And there's 80 left in this one. That'll probably be okay, because by the time we need any of the other ingredients, I'm hoping that both of those trains will have finished emptying and gone. That's my hope, anyway. We'll see whether that's actually true. Oh, I sent to screw up. Yes, that's the wrong way round. Let's try that instead, shall we? No, wait. No, wait. No, it's the other one. The other one was the wrong way around. Ah. No. What? No. It was right. So that's feeding that way. That's... Yeah. Oh. No, I've missed the underground belts out. That. There we go. Stupid. Alright, let's tidy that up now. Nom 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 nom. And then just give all of this order back to this one. And then over here in the recycler train. Why is none of... Oh! I've got it the wrong way around. How did I manage that? Don't point out... No need to point out the obvious. But, right, okay, so I could actually bring that up there. Feed it straight down there. This one... Oh, I guess I'll just do this. Goodness sake. Lots of that, and lots of this. delicious. Oh well. At least I've got somewhere convenient to dump it right here, so I don't need to carry it very far. Okay. So how are we doing? Okay, so I can still fit in another 4,500 of these before I need to actually call a train. And the... Oh yes, I need to put in the tanks for the contaminated cosmic water as well, don't I? And that... Let me just check that. I believe that's the front tank, so that goes in here. The front liquid. Yes, front one is contaminated cosmic water. So I need to put in pump, pump, like that. And then a couple of tanks, like so. And they need to be linked into the network as well. And then we need a way of getting that contaminated cosmic water out to them. So I did, despite all that talking about it, I still managed to forget that step. And I know one of you reminded me about it, but I don't know. Maybe I wasn't listening. I wouldn't like to say. Let's try and get it in. Where even? Oh, it comes out here. Let's see if I make this go underground like that. I can do that and that. Gloop. And then some long ones down here. It's too long. Make me a 9. That goes in there. Across there. Right. There wasn't very much of that, so it all drained out pretty quickly. But still, it's good to have the have it all set up as it should be. Now these can run merrily to their heart's content. Okay, how are we doing down here? Got a decent number of the things, you know, the catalogues. There we go. Oh dear, catalogues made now, so that's going quite well. I need a station to take them away, and I'm running out of track. Have in fact run out of track. Now I can start thinking about the next ones. Although I do notice that, yeah, we're definitely short of both of the temperature-related sciences. So let's go up and put in an extra machine for each of those first. Because I would like to have the it able to run essentially have 2 machines running flat out. That's the target. It's what I did with the other ones, so it seems like a logical amount to do here as well. And we'll just see how many of everything I need to get to that point, I suppose. No fluid output on this one, that makes it a bit easier. No, that one. Okay, that should be running happily now. Well, I've doubled the throughput of those two anyway, so that's we'll see if that helps it catch up a bit. In the meantime, right, is everything else working properly? I think so. This train is still unloading. The first one's gone. This one's train's a quarter unloaded. There aren't any others sitting in the queue, so I'm sort of okay with that. This isn't running. Why is this not running? Oh, I've messed up the pipe work at the top there. This is probably a sign that it's almost bedtime. Oh no, I just missed out one of these, like that. There we go. So those are running, those two are running, those two are running. Let's see if I can work out how long it should take to make each of these. 40-second crafting time, and the facility crafts at 4 times speed, so it should be about 10 seconds. Yeah, that looks like about 10 seconds. So it's 10 seconds to make one. Again, the same, 10 seconds. Here we have 10-second crafting time with a facility that has a speed of crafting speed of 1. So so it's the same speed. So I don't know why I had so many more of these than I did of those. Maybe it was due to not wiring them up properly or something. So based on that, we should see these start to back up fairly quickly, and I'll need to put in another 2 of those. So this is also a 10-second crafting time, and these computers have one speed of 1, so 2 of these should need 2 of all of the other ones. That's nice and neat. Okay, in that case, I shall flip down here and put in a copy of each of these mechanical doohickey machines. I should put down this first though. That. And I know this isn't going to quite be right, but it's going to be close enough. Oh, it's weird funniness of fluids. Let's do that. That's up. And okay, that works actually. I think. Yeah, that reaches. Get all the inputs set up properly. Yep, they're running. Good. And the output there is linked as well, so that should be alright. Okay, so that should be enough to keep both of these computers happy down here. Emphasis on should, because at the moment, I've got plenty of power. Oops, don't do that. Oh, I suppose this one's backed up, that's why. So that's actually better than working well. Okay, let's go and get some more railway line. And I can put in the pickup station for the for the materials at catalog 1. Then maybe, I don't know, I might move the material testing pack production over, because it does feel like all of the trains are going to be busy just carrying that around at the moment. Well, all of the trains do seem to be busy with something. I think it's probably mostly making the memory cards, actually. Got one down there. What are you doing? You're picking up iron. Okay, that's good, I think. You're clogging it up. Oh, there's another one. These has turned up. I'm not sure why. I mean, it's me going to have got the LTN numbers wrong, but... Oh! These boxes aren't linked up properly. They're not on the... Well, at least I know why now. It's frustrating because, I mean, I just copied and pasted another station, so I thought it'd be okay, but apparently not. That's... Right, so... Those two are linked together. Those two are linked together. It goes up to there. From there it goes... That wasn't what I meant to do. There's something fun... There's a cable going in over here, and I can't tell what for. Oh, it is to this. But for some reason down to... Here? Yeah. I can deal with that, that's okay. Right. Now, I think if I... Yeah, that seems to be linked to all of them. So... yeah, I guess I'll make this one stay here until it's empty as well. But at least I know now why I was getting too many of them coming in, because the stations weren't programmed properly. Are you working? You are not working. Why are you... Oh, because these aren't... I need to stop putting in more stuff like this, and then not linking it up properly. Because that seems to be the cause of basically all my issues. This one I don't think I can wait for it to empty. I think you're just going to have to go back to chemical gel pickup and then wait until empty, and I'll have to go in there and flip the pump round. Okay. Oh, here's some more. Yeah, these can be going over there. Right. Let's wait for that train, because otherwise I will forget and I'll just flit away. Are you empty? No, you're trying to go somewhere. Okay, you can get filled up, and that's okay. Oh, there's not very much in here. So, oh, again, I've got the... Where are you trying to go to? Oh, you're trying to go to the thing as well. Right, empty. Then go back to depot. Empty. And go back to depot. Put that back. Link this up. Actually program this properly for once. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't do these properly in the first place when I set them up. And provide threshold of 25,000. I should actually, while I'm here, I should probably do this for all of these stations. This is awkward and fiddly. Actually, it's not fiddly. I just need to, because I can just copy and paste those settings, so that's not too bad. Right, those are all going to be a bit more sensible now. Did I pick up that station that track I came to get? Yes, I did. I've still got another station. Got plenty of. Who do I have? Boxes. Yes, I do. Ooh, a rocket just came in. What was that? Coal. Okay. I guess I'm getting through quite a lot of coal because I'm liquefying it all and then through a variety of processes turning it into the thermofluid and the cosmic water. Mostly the thermofluid, I think. That takes a lot of oil. It's Astro. And here we go, material. So put that up there where it belongs. Let's come out here. Yep, I think that's lined up. Then I want a... I could do another... Nah, these are going to be far enough apart that I don't want to do the two-tier thing. I just want to have a little pickup station like this one. Oh, that's on the other side of the track. That's mildly awkward, but never mind. Ah, I remembered. Are you impressed? You should be. And let's see, which one was it? Nope. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, oh, because I copied it, it didn't get turned... Maybe I can just paste again. Then. I can. Yeah, so copy doesn't turn it into a blueprint. That's interesting and actually quite useful. Because quite a lot of the time I don't want to turn it into a blueprint. You are a bit late, I'm afraid, Mark. I'm probably going to be stopping in about... What time is it? 10 minutes, maybe? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, there's not going to be a huge amount more stream, I'm afraid. It's, yeah, getting close to my bedtime. And I suspect it's probably a good idea for me to be able to concentrate at least a little bit at work tomorrow. Still, I've got lots of energy science done, as you can see up there. No, material science done, as you can see up there. So it's been yeah, it's been quite a productive session. Where are the underneathy bits for this? That's full width, and that one's only 4 because it's the coolants, and then that can be to here. Right. Then we need another big pylon down here for this to get power from. And then we need to program those filter inserters, because this is not a energy station, this is a material station. Something about a material girl, perhaps, I don't know. That was more combinators. Yes, I built a gratuitously large. Actually, let's fly over there and put some radar in so I can see it properly. Yes, I made a gratuitous sushi system, which is or a delicious sushi system perhaps. And I'm going to want to be able to keep an eye on it, so let's put radar in. Yeah, so over here we've got a number of for each science pack. We have a system like this with a box that contains a box like this one that contains a number of that science pack, an inserter that will load more into it if it ever gets below, I think 30 I set it to, and a stack inserter that will catch any of them as they come back round again. They get fed onto the belt. The belts all then get squished down into the by this squishomatron here into a single belt, which sushis all the way past up these science labs, goes around the top, and then we have a sorting system here that drops them down on a sort of waterfall type thing, so all of the correct science packs go back to all of the correct boxes. And then down here we've got this sort of gradual input stream of making sure all the science packs come in as they're needed. And I seem to be a bit low of some of them. So one of the things I need to do is get the other end of this station done, essentially. So this one will eventually start requesting all of the Norvian science packs. So they'll get brought here, dumped out onto the as normal, and then passed around the system. And then this massive science making facilities I built last week will make all of the other ones, all of the space science packs, and feed them into the stations in through the belts coming across here like these two, and then onto all of the belts. And yeah, we have delicious sushi. Num 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 num. And if I had slightly more science available for my system, then we wouldn't have all these gaps on the belts around here. But these will all close up as I get more and more science onto the sushi bus belt thing. That. And then so that was a bit of time at the beginning of the stream, getting that finished off. Then since then I've slapped down the standard cooling area and power and unloading system to get material science going. Couple of fluids over here. Yeah, it seemed more straightforward and robust than any sort of circuit-based one to me, so I did it that way around. Right, so that is Material Science 1. Now, as I say, it is now 10:30, which is about the sort of time I start to think about finishing. However, well, I don't know. There's the couple sort of things on my mental to-do list now is, well, there's doing the other half of this, so we're getting material 2 up and working as well. Possibly a little bit of going around and finding out why energy science 2 isn't running as much as I would like it to, which is clearly because there aren't any catalogs coming in. Well, actually, no, it isn't. That's got. Oh, it's because there's no significant data, which is indirectly because there aren't enough catalogs coming in. Or if it's all been sent to the wrong places. But then if there was enough catalogs coming in, then it would just back up to the point where it wouldn't matter. Oh, I wonder actually. Yeah, it is pink significant data, pink catalogs that we're short of. So let's have a look here. What's going on here, and why isn't it doing it in fast enough? 1 out of 4 is running because this is slow. Because this is slow. This one here is slow. I came along and boosted this. Apparently, I haven't boosted it enough. Oh no, it's just there's this now is the particle accelerator is insufficient, isn't capable of keeping up. Okay, let's get. I've got some plasma generators. Let's get some particle accelerators, and then we can get that boosted up and hopefully to producing things at a sort of a bit faster. And maybe I'll actually do the maths on these and work out how many I should have in there in order to have those 3 machines working flat out. That'd be sensible. Get my inventory filled up again with the space scaffold. Space scaffold is taking up a significant proportion of my inventory, which is a little silly, but never mind. I do kind of need it. Right. Oh, energy was up, wasn't it? So it was the first one over here. This one up here is energy. Right. So it's this bit. This is running too slowly. Now these all seem to. No, these are nearly all running flat out, but they do seem to have a bit of an excess. So this takes 30 seconds to produce 100 at speed 1. This takes 10 seconds to use 100, so I need 3 of these for every one of those. So if I put in a second one of these, like this, fill in the gap, boof. Like that. If I do, I can't put them right next to each other anyway. Okay, so let's put that there, then small pipe, 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 pipe. No, it's not pipe. Like that. So everything, yes, that does seem to be everything. Okay, and then now I need 2 more of these because that uses so much. Do I have another? Yes, I do have another efficiency module to put in there. Is that enough to take it down to 20%? Yes, it is. Right, and then down here we need some more of this, but not quite so much as that. And then put in 2 of these, like so. Suspicious glooping noises, and yes, that seems to be working. Right, so that should be perfectly balanced, as all things should be, because we've got 6 of these and 2 of those, and these are 3 times hungrier. Now, let's see, so this is producing 100 ions every 10 seconds. This is using 50 ions every 10 seconds, and also at speed 1. So that means I should be able to put in another one of these. This should back up fairly quickly. Oh, except it's also feeding some blue clouds off up to the north. So maybe there's a bit more to it than that. So I've got 1.5's worth being used there, by which I mean, and they're producing, what was it, 100 every 10 seconds? Yes. Blue clouds, blue clouds, blue clouds, clouds to here. And this is using 100 every 2 seconds. Jeez, that's greedy. I'm going to put in a third one of these, and then 3 more of the orange plasma generators, because that's hungry, like a hippo. Okay, I just get there, pipe. No, I haven't run out underneath these. There, power. And then 2 more of the. Oh. 2 more of these, like so. Okay. Oh yeah, and you need one of them because you're greedy. How are we doing for power here? Using quite a bit of it. Most of it is, despite those efficiency modules, most of the power is still being used in these particle accelerators. Jeez. Then the EM facilities. How many of those have I got? There's those. Oh, there's quite a lot of them. Let's try and work out what's being. So yeah, there's 8 of those. It's using. Yeah, and these as well. So let's stick efficiency modules in all of them, just because there's no real reason not to. Well, the nearest to a reason not to is because it means I can't put as many speed modules in. But since I'm not putting speed modules in, I might as well just do that. Okay, I think that's now going to be better. We should be producing. Oh wait, it was these that were the. It was these that was the limiting factor. Now we've got. Okay, now these seem to be all right now. They're running as fast as they can. The ion stream is still a little bit low actually, but it is enough to keep these charged up. So we do seem to be okay there. But I wouldn't. Not sure I'd want to put an extra one in. So looking up at the some of the other things. So what I was saying before was this produces nearly produces 1 every 10 seconds. These use 1 every 10 seconds, presumably. Yes. So these 2 should just about keep those 2 going. The third one is then trying to feed all of these, which is probably why we're having problems. And these use 1 of those every 10 seconds as well. Okay. And have a 50-50 chance of protection. Oh, so I need to have... basically, I need to have as many of these as I have of these, plus these, and I need to have like twice as many of these as I have computers up the top. If you've got... You can either go in, open the machine up, have it in your hand and click like that to put one in manually, or if you want to put one of something into anything, hold it in your hand and hover over the machine and press Z, and it drops 1 in. That's quite useful for loading up burner inserters as well when they're being difficult. This is just going to sort of cascade downwards, so I need to have 6 of these because I've got 4 and 2 of these, which means I'm going to need to have another 2 of these, which means I'm going to have another 6 of these. Crikey. Okay, well, I guess I'll see how many I've got in my inventory. I mean, I don't think I have, that's the problem, but... Any? No, none of them. Z is the standard drop something button, and apparently it seems dropping things is the same for whether you drop them on the floor or into your inventory. So it just works for both. You're welcome. Happy to help. Oh crap! Yes, sorry. I could have removed that about an hour ago. I just completely forgot it was there because it's not showing up on my main screen. Sorry about that. One day I'll actually learn to notice those, or find a way of having the computer notify me when I haven't got rid of them. Today is not that day, I'm afraid. Yes, please do tell me if I've left things on like that on screen for far longer than I obviously meant to, because I probably have simply forgotten. Yeah. Right, so more of those and more of those. Those are in my requester slots already. Okay. I hope you guys didn't miss anything because I've completely forgot to remove the material science diagram. I for for reference, oh dear, don't do that. For reference, I generally intend to leave them up there basically while I'm talking about them, and then get rid of them once I've finished talking about them. Unless, well, I suppose I could leave them up sometimes when I'm doing the thing, but usually I'll try and get rid of them when I've finished talking about it. So if I've stopped talking about them and left it up there, then yeah, just shout. Please do shout at me because I've probably just not noticed. Ugh. Right, 2 of those, 5 of those. Did my bots make it back to me after they escaped up here? Yes, they did. Yeah, I deliberately tried to have them all over to the side of the screen so they're out of the way. Apart from the modules one. Um, yeah, so they're out of the way, and they do all just cover each other up if I leave multiple ones up. Um, but it's quite easy to forget because I've got I've got you guys talking on one screen, and yes, I can see a preview of my stream there, but I sort of don't tend to look at that very much because in theory it just looks like what I've already got going. Oh, I forgot those things. It already looks like what I can. It looks like what I can already see. And then on the middle monitor, I've got the game itself, which is obviously what I tend to spend all my time looking at. And then the right monitor has Discord and OBS on it, and I don't spend enough time looking at that one apparently, so I don't notice when I've left things up. What are those things? Electromagnetic facilities. That was quick. I suppose it was only 5 things to carry across. Bloomp. There we go. And a bit more belt. The rest of it seems to be okay. And a bit more power. Okay, they all seem to be glowing quite happily, so I believe that means they're probably working. Good. That should, I hope. Yeah, so those 2 computers are both running now. Up here, well, that'll help a little bit. 3 of those are running, although I cheated for one of them. How are the other sciences getting on? Gradual dribble down here. We've run out of memory cards again, or still, or... Because this has run out of... Oh, we've run out of the substrates. That's interesting. It's even more interesting because there's a load of them in one of the warehouses. I remember seeing that earlier. But that's another one. That's one of the things that I'm bringing up sort of en masse. In fact, there's supposed to be a rocket bringing those up. Those shouldn't run out. That's odd. There should be here. Not that one. Yeah, there's 3. Okay. Why are you not getting a rocket? Norvis. Ooh. We're just getting through them faster than we're producing them, even with all of this nonsense. Now, these are running very, very slowly because there aren't any beacons along here. I haven't upgraded this to a beacon setup yet. And it hasn't been a problem before, but obviously until now we haven't had quite so much science being done. So I think something to do now, let's see, on the Norvis to-do list is beacon memcard substrate production. I can type, I promise. Then in space station I want to consider moving mat test pack prod to material sci, rocket science. I think that's all I need to do at the moment. So let's have a look. Let's have a think about what we've got. So I've got everything. In fact, let's hide completed tasks. Oh, only hides completed complete tasks, right? So I've got all the resources being shipped by rocket now, except for Vitamoland, which I haven't been off to Tulip again to build up a rocket to supply all that automatically yet. But all of these other ones are now being transported around by rocket as I intended. Tier 2 space science. Well, I've got Energy 2 and I've got Astro 2 done. Material, I've done Material 1. Material 2 is yet to do. That is done, although it might need expanding. That's done as it shows it's done. Okay. Henk accessories still needs a centrifuge to be taken out there so it can deal with all of the used nuclear power cartridges, fuel cells that are being produced. Ganymede, I don't think I've been out there, so these probably all needs to be done. I definitely need more vulcanite mines because it's being shipped out faster than it's being dug out of the ground, and so it's got to the point where the mines are the limiting factor. Kothar, right? I forgot to take an umbrella defense out there for the coronal mass ejections. I've put a blueprint down. It hasn't been placed because I haven't taken one out there yet. It also needs more mines because it's quite slow to mine the iridite. It takes someone said 500% mining time, and that seems about right. Norvis, just had a look at this. I need to finish the expansion of territory that I was messing around with when I was a bit bored earlier. Possibly need more oil, more coal, more stone. I'm not so sure that I actually do at the moment, so I'm going to move this up the list a bit. So that's that one. And then on the space station, wow. Thermofluid, I still need to keep an eye on that. Make rocket science off original. Oh, I've got that on there twice. So I need to do that. Move labs over. I've done that. And I need to consider doing that. Okay. So that's my current to-do list. Yeah, I do have quite a lot of substrate production. They are all productivity moduled up the wazoo at this point. Um, so they're getting the extra 32% out of them, but that's pulled the speed down to 25, 0.25, which is as slow as it can get with these particular machines because it's hit the minus 80%, which is the limit. Um, I've had a rocket or two's worth go up. Um, I have, as you've seen, run out of them. But then, yeah, there's a massive quantity of them tied up in all of the science packs and things that are around. So, if I could get every single memory card that's around recycled, I'd have an enormous quantity of them. They're just all tied up. Maybe your system was a bit more efficient than mine. I also remember how much inventory space, not much. Also remember noticing I've got an enormous quantity of them in here, so these should all be transferred over to this one. Yeah, this one. Now let's see. If it was only substrates in here, it'd be relatively easy to pull them all across like that. But it's not. There's a load of other stuff as well, which makes it a bit harder. So let's do a little. I know I said I wasn't going to do this on stream, but I'm going to do a little bit of this on stream because I've run out of substrates cards, rough substrates. So, oh no, I'm in side logistics bot range. No, no. On the plus side, I can just shove my entire inventory back in here. Why am I putting them in there rather than straight into the warehouse? I don't know. Okay, that's all of those pulled out. Wow, got a lot of landing pads up here. Never mind. Okay, so this is what I was saying about needing to tidy up a bit. All of this stone should be in the stone rocket. All the iron ore and copper ore should be in the place where that's dealt with, and so on. For all of this stuff needs tidying up. There's massive quantities of stuff in places where it shouldn't be, so that needs tidying. This one is probably just as bad. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in here that should be somewhere else. Oh, like more substrates here. I'm just going to check that I'm not loading substrates into the other rocket anymore. Oh dear, I am. Although, oh, I've got rid of the request for them, so that's all right. Let's disable that anyway, just in case. Yeah, so I think this is probably a sensible time to end the stream, because I feel like it's about the sort of time when I should end the stream, and I've got to a point where I've finished the thing I was doing, namely material science, wherever that is, and then going around and having a quick tinker with other stuff. Now this has already ground to a halt, but again, that's the memory card problem. So I think there's a couple of things I need to look at, possibly before the next stream. One of them is sorting out this memory card production and the substrates and getting this up to speed. And 0.25 is minus 80% of whatever speed those machines run at, though, which is 1.25. In fact, yes, 0.25 is exactly minus 80% compared to 0.25. So if I went down there and put stronger productivity modules, if I went in and put prod 5s in there, the machines would still run at the same speed, but they get more productivity out of them. I wonder if that's a useful, not hack, but exploit you could use for this in the game. So yeah, this I think is actually fast enough with these 4 machines, as long as the substrate supply keeps up. So as long as the inputs keep up, then this can produce enough memory cards to keep the rest of the factory pretty much satiated. So I'm probably not going to worry about that. I am going to think about trying to beacon up this system down here, because it's clearly struggling. Maybe I might see if I can do all of that by bots remotely, because I can't be bothered to go back down onto Norvis. Although that said, given how often rockets are probably going up at the moment, especially that one, maybe it wouldn't be too long. Oh, too much of it, too awkward. I also want to empty out all of this stuff, as I was saying, because it's full of nonsense, and I need to set up these belts and need to set up a sensible system here to allow me to get science out of a rocket that comes up, and then distribute it sensibly and take it out over to the other side of the world. What I'll probably actually do, maybe move this landing pad sort of over this way a bit, so that it can dump out onto this belt and pass all its rocket parts up into here, which would be nice. And although this is already full and needs to go off somewhere. And then have everything unload all the things individually. The problem is there's no you can only set one thing for a filtered inserter. So this could be set to unload either only one thing or everything but one thing. So if you have lots of things coming up that are very specific, so if I bring up all 6 science packs, for example, and scaffolding, but I also wanted to bring up miscellaneous stuff that I get through up here, like I don't know, laser turrets, pylons, batteries, apparently, all those sort of things. Oh, if you use a slow filter inserter, can you set larger lists of instructions? Okay, I can get up to 5. Still wouldn't be enough. Or will it let you do more if you load it up completely? No, it's only up to 5. Or unless or actually this might work if what I could do, because all these things are going to be coming up from these request things, so I'll know what sort of things are going to be coming up. I could have a request. I could have a combinator that's set to negative arbitrary large number of. No, actually, the easiest way is to have. I could come up with some sort of circuit condition that looks at what's in there in the landing pad, and if there's any science packs in there, then it doesn't let those filters. Then it doesn't let the inserters run. But if it's had all the science packs and all the rocket parts taken out, then the filter inserters can run to their heart's content. That would probably work. Sorry, the other inserters can run to their heart's content and offload into a yellow warehouse like this. I think that would work. The slight downside of that is that there's a risk of ending up with a with it not unloading if you end up with it stuck with some science packs in there. But that shouldn't happen anyway because you don't want to have anything left in the rocket pad. So I shouldn't be summoning anything that won't fit into it. Yeah, that could work. That's something to play with. There we go. So that's something else to do. Oh, and tidy up all the junk in the chests. Oops. Oh yeah, I see what I was doing wrong there. Right. Okay, that's stuff to be thinking about and getting on with. So I'm going to leave it there because it's basically bedtime for me now. So, as always, thank you for watching. I hope this has been an interesting stream. I noticed the number of people watching has stayed relatively static between about 8 and 12 for the entire thing. So perhaps everyone's been it's always been the same people watching. All the people perhaps. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching, especially if you've been around for the whole time. You're very welcome, Mo. Thank you for being here. I shall let's see, next future plans. I shall try and get in a stream over the weekend at some point, as I usually do. That sort of depends a bit on what's going on in the rest of my life at the time. I know I've got a couple of things happening, but hopefully I'll be able to fit in time for a stream at some point. I'll be back on Monday with Industrial Revolution with the rest of the mob. So yeah, come along to that one if you want to see us tackling something a bit more grounded. We've discovered electricity now and started using it a bit. I even made radars last time, so yeah, things are coming along quite nicely. Then next Wednesday, of course, there'll be another space exploration stream as usual. In the meantime, there'll also be videos. So we've got a couple of space exploration videos a week and a couple of GTA videos each week as well. So yeah, if you want to see me failing at driving instead of failing at building machinery, that's an excellent way to do so. Great. Okay, so as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.